All-American team. Arizona's Tetero McMillan named to the first team. The Mercury's gold medal-winning trio of Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Kalia Copper suit up for the squad this Thursday against Chicago. The Diamondbacks tab Brandon Pfaadt for the start in tonight's series opener with the Rockies. And the Cardinals set to hold 2 joint practices with the Colts this week ahead of their Saturday matchup. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword Vegas to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Monday, look for mostly sunny skies. Temperatures right around 105 degrees for today. For this evening, look for breezier conditions. Very slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm, and those overnight lows right around 85. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals utilize their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
To Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Good Monday to you, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, here from the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. As we start off with Jake McCarthy, an incredible day at the plate as he leads the Diamondbacks with 3 hits. He drove in 4 as they pounded the Phillies 12-5 2 nights in a row at the bank. They now open up a 3-game series with the Colorado Rockies there at Chase. Cardinals, they get back to work following their 16-14 loss to the Saints in preseason game 1 and the preseason College Football Associated Press college football poll is out. Hello, boys.
What's going on there, Rock?
Hey,
all good in your hood over there? Your Phillies took it on the chin there. 3 out
I'm
of 4.
all right with that.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
When it's my team, but when they play the Diamondbacks, I've been living here longer than I did in Philly. I was back there for 18, 19 years.
Yes,
been
exactly.
here over 32 years. So
You've adjusted.
I'm adjusted. But any other day, if they're not playing each other,
Yeah, they have.
Go back to last season, they've had their number.
And don't look now, D-backs only 3.5 back, them and the Padres of the Dodgers. A legitimate shot at maybe winning the National League West. They continue to play like they have been with the bats, get some solid pitching. Gurriel get a little bit of a hamstring issue. Ketel Marte sounds like he'll be back with that ankle scenario. Mm-hmm. But, if they're hitting on all cylinders, everybody's pretty much good to go. You look at it, 6 more weeks to go, gentlemen. Go right down the wire. Both of them, Padres and D-back, +4 wild card. So that's, I don't know, I'm not going to say sure, but that looks pretty good as far as wild card.
It's hopeful. It's very hopeful right now.
But as far as making a run for the National League West straight out title, it's, hey.
Oh, no, they're in it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Looking pretty good.
The only thing with the Dodgers, they're going to get Mookie Betts back, and that's going to help them, obviously. And they have their pitching staff is just in shambles with injuries and illness. But to be honest with you, I'm in that court that says, hey, look, the D-backs have a legitimate chance to run down L.A.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, it'll be fun to watch, get us down to the wire. But again, you look at what happened yesterday. Let's add Corbin Carroll is starting to get some power once again, a 2-run homer. And here they are winning, the final 3 games of the series. So they take 3 of 4, and they've won 12 series going back to June?
Yeah.
Yes.
6 in a row.
It's amazing.
They're 17-5, the 22 games after the All-Star break. This team is hot. Hope they stay hot. Now you look at this outfield scenario with Jake McCarthy. Jake McCarthy, Corbin Carroll, Gurriel's dinged up right now. Alec Thomas is back. You've got a good group, but I think right now Jake McCarthy earned the right to be starting on a regular basis in that outfield, especially the last 10 games. Look at him hitting .375 with the 12 RBI, 3 home runs, and the 12 hits. Kid's hot right now, and good to see for him.
Well, absolutely. Look, it was so funny. I was thinking about this yesterday that last year at this time, we were all talking about, man, they're in a slide. I don't even know if they're going to have a chance to get into the playoffs. This team is crashing. And they were, and then they snuck in, and then we know the rest is history. This year, it's totally opposite, where they were struggling in the first half of the season with all of the injuries, and nobody could really get untracked, including Corbin Carroll. And now, after the All-Star break, with what the figures that you just told everybody, Manuch, this team is rolling. They are one of the, if not the hottest team in Major League Baseball.
And to see the bench come in, how about Del Castillo, the kid coming up for Gabby Marino?
What a stud he's been.
He is.
And that groin injury with Marino, guys, it may take 2 or 3 weeks to get him right with that groin injury.
You talk about the bench, Manuch, and that's been this key. I mean, people are stepping up. Kevin Newman, filling in for Marte, has a 3-hit night. Kevin Newman!
Yeah.
Newman!
But the only position Newman hasn't played is catcher in the infield, catcher and pitcher in the infield. Hell, he might be that guy. He might be that guy comes in to pitch and they're down by 22-3.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Newman of the world. Look at Suarez is coming on. Corbin Carroll. He's been. To see him run into one. What's he got? 11 home runs in the last 30 games. Starting to see that he loves that high fastball. Hits it away. I mean, down low is where he struggles. But, I mean, to see this team, and you just hope that they could continue to mix it up. And on top of that, when you see Torey Lovullo mixing up the lineup, you got Perdomo leading off. Cattell was out yesterday. McCarthy at second, and Gurriel to see the production with the top 4 or 5, whatever he plugs in there. And, again, now it's according to the arm thrown against them. But I think McCarthy right now, I love seeing this kid, what he's doing, and to see him on a regular basis just starting to get it.
Arizona Cardinals, they get back to work. They fell on Saturday to the Saints 16-14. And the way it ended, you have a local kid from Pinnacle in Spencer Rattler, takes his team all the way down. They kick a field goal in the last few seconds to win 16-14 after the Cardinals had made a run late in that fourth as well. They now head to Indianapolis. They're going to have some joint practices with the Colts Wednesday and Thursday, and then they will play, I believe, on Sunday. Sunday?
I think Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Ugly preseason game. And look, we didn't expect anything else than what we saw. Lots of mistakes. Guys trying to find their way on both sides of the football. And it was just a sloppy, ugly NFL first preseason game.
Did you get your napping in the first half?
Man,
it was so bad.
It was bad.
It reminded me of watching a women's college basketball game.
You know what? I would concur.
You have all these really good athletes that are just missing shots and just.
Remember the very first the electric football games that came out, and you put your 11 guys on there, and you turn the machine on, and
they just go every which way.
It reminded me of that. But then the second half, there was a semblance of a little bit of a passing game by both teams.
Yeah,
you could tell the Cardinals focused on their running game. Obviously,
I know, but I think there's a fight for backup at quarterback.
Yeah,
and their tune looked pretty good.
He looks because he knows the offense.
Yes.
He looks much more comfortable or smoother.
Yeah.
I mean, Desmond Ridder, he took off a couple times as an experienced quarterback. I mean, he's got the athleticism. I like to see guys move up in the pocket and try to find somebody downfield.
Also remember Tunes playing against the 2s and 3s, where Ridder was out at the very beginning of the game.
And any kind of experience, but I think there's a lot of things I look at practice, I look at games, situations by both those quarterbacks. But if they're not happy with Desmond Ridder and they can't trust a Clayton Tune because of his youth, Jackson and I talked about this a little bit before the show, is they'll be surprised that you look out there for another veteran quarterback that can come in and handle manage the storm if he has to.
I did think with even with the 2s and 3s out there, I thought in the first half they would at least be able to move the ball.
I did too.
I mean, they had 27 plays, 4 first downs, of course, no points.
Right.
And Ridder, he 4 completions, got sacked a couple times.
See, that was my contention was watch him get sacked. Got to get rid of the ball. As a veteran, get rid of the ball or step up.
Run.
Or whatever.
He rushed
and
for,
he can run
39 yards.
Yeah,
he had that one
he
big
can
one
run.
for like
But
20-something.
We know he can run. I want to see him make a plays with his arm. I think that's what the staff is looking at as a quarterback, as a backup. Okay, can you move in the pocket? Can you stay behind line of scrimmage and find your guys down the field in order to create plays with the arm, because guys are open. When he moved, guys break open, the old scramble drill where guys open up. So, I mean, first one overall, you look at it, go, okay. And now with this team going to Indianapolis and scrimmaging, practice with the Colts for a couple days, they'll improve that way. And then the game on Saturday, I hope that Jonathan Gannon finds it to play his starters at least a quarter. Or get some guys to play. He's got to have to at some point. You only got one more game left.
Do you think they'll carry 5 running backs?
I don't
Michael
know.
Carter looked pretty good. I know what you're playing against.
Yeah.
I think with DeMarcado as quote unquote could be the backup and Benson as that third guy, I think that Carter is one of those on the bubble guys. If he stays or he's on the practice squad, I would think that 4 would probably need it, because James Conner, hopefully he can last the season. But I think Carter's right now the guy in the bubble. And whether they keep him on the practice squad will have to be yet to be seen.
Hey, we're going to get into our Document Solutions sounds of the weekend in just a couple minutes, but let's get to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. Go back to our Diamondbacks conversation. Do you feel the D-backs can now win the National League West outright? Yes, hitting on all levels. No, Dodgers are too talented. Those are your 2 choices. You can head to our Twitter page, X at Roc and Manuch, ROCANDMANUCH at Roc and Manuch. Always brought to you by State 48 Roofing. If you need a quote, repair, head to state48roofing.com, and you can always follow them on social media at Sexy Roof Status.
You know, it's you look at this, and currently right now, I believe it's 76% say that 70. I'm sorry, the current winners right now, as far as the favorite D-back player since the All-Star break.
I mean, give that question.
I know.
Why don't you give the one that we were just talking about?
I'll give it. All right. So yes, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Hey, Jax,
I want to go.
That makes Friday
He
show.
always gets so excited to say the results.
I know he's always so into the State 48 Roofing is your call question. When we're talking about the one, I was going to give the other one a little bit later.
Yeah, and then he forgets that we're doing 2 questions
Yes.
instead of 1.
My bad.
Sometimes
He doesn't like the fact that
question-
I add one
Yeah.
later. He comes up with the
Bingo.
first
So-
one. I come up with the second one.
Hey, I'm just glad it's not me.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yes,
you're not going to be working much this week, so there won't be much of a rewind on Friday.
so yes,
Thursdays are your best days.
So yes, on 11, 64.3%, and no, the Dodgers too talented, only 35.7%.
All right, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite Diamondback player since the
Thank you,
All-Star
Rock.
break? Ketel Marte, Jake McCarthy, Adrian
Del
Castillo,
Castillo.
30.
or other. So those are your 4 choices. Other is number 4. So would you like to give those up?
Yes, I would. Currently at Roc and Manuch, which you can vote on Twitter. Ketel Marte at 73.9%, followed by Jake McCarthy, 26.1%.
Our sounds of the weekend are next. We're out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Casey will join us a little bit later, and we're going to get into the Associated Press college football poll that came out today, the preseason poll that ranks them, and we're going to see how they are when it comes to the sportsbook and how where all the action is so far with the news that it is out. But we'll get into a lot of Olympic sound next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Got a burning urge to pick
Clear?
each week? Sign up now for Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Win weekly Twin Peaks fan cards and season-long prizes, including $5,000 cash. Visit fanpick'em.com.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is here, which means my team and I are ready to serve you and your family. Go to state48roofing.com, scan the QR code below. We'll see you up on your roof.
Are you struggling with low testosterone? Metier Clinical Services has you covered. Get a 1-month supply for just $250, including your initial labs and pre-filled syringes. Visit Metier Clinical Services today and pick up your boost. No hassle, just results. Call or stop by to learn more at 602-835-2675 or visit metierclinicalservices.com. Metier Clinical Services, your solution for a healthier you starts here. Consult your healthcare provider before starting any new treatment.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Get out of the heat and play at Dukes.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
A huge new game room is open with foosball, pool tables, shuffleboard, darts, and Pop-A-Shot basketball.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With 3 10-foot TV screens and dozens more big screens, you'll find every game you're looking for.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Voted Best Sports Bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Gain Scent Beads story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910. Live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Time for today's play of the day, courtesy of Document Solutions, leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. Their service can't be copied. 623-252-8282. Now let's get to the play of the day.
All right. Full transparency. Lost my ass. USA basketball, men and women.
Again on Saturday?
Killed.
Man. Oh, right.
So Serbia, you remember during the show, I chased.
Yeah,
I got a 17, got 11, got a +4, still lost, right? Across the board, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to redeem myself in the gold medal round. They're going to blow them out. Scott Spicer comes on Friday. Everybody we talked to that's in the know said they were going to blow them out. At least beat them by a lot. Spread was 17, I think, or 16.
I think we were talking
what I had it at
20-ish, somewhere like that.
We thought that's what everybody would say. I'm watching it from start to finish, and I'm like torn. You know, it's like I want them to blow them out. Then I got to the point where I want them to just lose because they can't blow them out, so I want them to lose. And, of course, that didn't happen.
Right.
And it was one of the best basketball games I've ever seen in my life.
Amazing. Yes.
It was awesome. And to watch it live, real, not tape delayed, was awesome because obviously if you weren't, you were going to get blown up on your phone anyway. So here's USA men's basketball. They beat France in the close game. There's less than 5 minutes left in the game. It was so close. Then Steph Curry just goes off, and here is one of his 3-pointers, which kind of was all they needed to put France away.
Does Curry have another bank over the double team? Oh! It's a golden dagger! Right! Exclamation point! Right. 8 threes for Curry. And for the 5th consecutive Olympics, the United States of America is golden. They defeat France.
I mean, the announcer, Ian Eagle, or no, it's not.
Noah Eagle
is the son, right?
Yes.
He kid's a stud.
Yeah,
Kid's going to be really good. He made some comment about instead of flurries, it was curries. You know, they were coming out everywhere.
Very creative.
You know? I mean, he was really good, but Steph just took control, and that one shot where I don't know, he just threw it up.
He did.
And
did he bring rain down on that bad boy?
Pretty much.
He's just. I know everybody says LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. Michael Jordan was before that, but when it comes to who I'd pay to watch right now, I want Steph Curry all day.
Yeah.
He is the best shooter ever in the NBA.
You know,
best shooter ever.
And the thing, the drama, 4 back to back in a row.
Yeah.
And that last one you said, Rock, I mean, you go, did that hit the ceiling?
He had 5 straight.
He hit 5 straight, but those last 4 in the last, 2:37 or 2 whatever, I'm like, damn, give him the ball. He's hot.
It's like that.
Give it to him.
It's like that Larry Bird, Michael Jordan commercial many years ago.
Off the backboard.
I mean, he could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is just amazing. Well, just like the men, Also, I decided to put a lot of money on them. I thought the women, they're going to win 60-something straight. It's going to be all this. They're going to blow them out. No. Oh, they win the gold medal round against France. It was an extremely close game. Gabby Williams from France, she took that last-second three-point shot. She was just over the line.
She called back.
She made it. Tank. Yeah, tied the game. But her foot was, a line off of that. And here's the final call.
No timeouts here. It's Williams. That was a two. Banked it in. What a finish. Williams with her foot on the line. The United States, officially the most dominant Olympic team in all of team sport history. 8 straight golds, and the U.S. gets it done once again on France's home turf.
Well, I guess you didn't, but you almost feel bad for France.
Well, she took off.
For both the men's and women's final,
home country.
Home country.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't get better situation than that if they would have prevailed.
It's like the U.S. women's like, wake up, gals. First half. I mean, they get off. I mean, France was all over it. If that gal,
basketball.
If that gal takes off behind the line of scrimmage and drifts into it, it's a 3. But she right on her line, she takes off and boom. I'm like, oh, is that? And you look and go, was that a 3 or a 2? You had to look back at the replay.
Yeah,
and they looked at it was just a 2.
And France just couldn't shoot the 3. I mean,
they all do.
Third, fourth quarter, they couldn't shoot. They couldn't make a freaking shot.
Yeah.
They were 0 for 8 at one point.
But that's the difference, though, in the European style of play is the majority of the offense in Euroball is predicated on shooting the 3.
Well, they did. They're not good at it.
No, not bad.
You would have thought they'd done better. So if you had a chance to watch the closing ceremonies, they were pretty cool. I mean, they were clever, a little corny as well. With Snoop and Tom Cruise and all that, but here's her.
Mm-hmm.
She did a outstanding rendition of the Star Spangled Banner to close it out. We're just going to play a few seconds of it, but it was really cool. It was one of the better ones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held?
She was outstanding.
At the twilight.
She nailed it.
Absolutely, all over that.
Absolutely nailed it. Snoop Dogg getting paid $500,000 a day.
How do I get a job?
Was
like
the
that?
go-to star during the Paris Olympics, and he was shot again during the closing ceremonies. He was live from Long Beach, and he performed "Drop It Like It's Hot." And this one, the next episode with Dr. Dre. Here's part of it.
It's the one and only D.R.E. Dr. Dre, you little busters. You know I ride with the D.O.double-G. Straight off the killer streets of CPT. King up the beach and ride to him in the fleet.
So the LA Times, they got it right because they showed like all these palm trees, on the beach.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've been to Venice Beach. I've been to all over California. I've never seen palm trees
on the beach.
Hollywood, right?
Yeah. Funny how that happens.
Yeah.
Right?
So then things shifted from Paris to LA, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, they played Can't Stop. They played that live from Long Beach. Here's part of the performance. So there you go, the little Red Hot Chili Peppers, which was nice. I like when you see these entertainers go back in time and play some of their hits.
Sure, absolutely.
Not trying to come out with some new song that no one knows. So they did it right. And the whole thing with Tom Cruise, we'll play some of that in the second hour.
Wow.
But that was a hell of a performance.
Wow.
When he jumped from the stadium, top of the stadium, he goes down, and then he's down on the floor, and he's going through the crowd and high-fiving everybody, and then goes down with the flag, and he's something else.
For a guy that does his own stunts, it's amazing. And they showed that one shot from the ground level, and you don't really realize how high that is when he's coming down. You go, wow. I mean, you saw
why?
Well, you saw from the top, and then when you saw the other side, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And he's like cranking that thing to kind of slow it down as he's coming down, rappelling down that roof.
And he's like the Dick Clark of celebrities. The guy doesn't age.
No, he doesn't.
At all.
No.
He looks amazing. He looks like he's 32.
Yeah.
He's in his 50s.
No, he's
he's older than that.
Is he
63.
really?
Oh, yeah, he's older than I am.
Wow. He's in his 60s right now.
Wow.
Tremendous. And for a lot of you folks to know, he does a lot of his own stunts.
He still does.
Big time.
Yep.
Jumping from ramps with
On
parachutes.
that motorcycle. Yeah.
Oh, man. They did that take 20 times.
I remember that.
20 times.
Yeah.
He's 62.
Is he? Wow.
Yeah. He's looking good for an young guy. 62 is like
But
the new
these days,
52.
you see all this AI out there, and you just don't know if it's really him or not.
Right.
You see these videos out there, and you're like, is that really him? I don't know if that's really him.
I think it's really him.
That was him at the Olympics, though.
Hey, on this day, today is Vinyl Record Day, and it's observed every August 12th since 2002. So drop the needle on your favorite album and celebrate with some tasty crackles.
You have a lot of your old albums, Rock?
I got them all.
Oh, God, I wish I had mine.
Me too.
I got them all. Why? What would you do?
I gave them. I would go to a record store and
do
try
what?
to sell them.
They would buy them.
How do you know?
Because you had you only had the 45s, right? They didn't make.
No,
the big
I had
ones.
albums.
You had albums back then.
Did you have the LP?
When did albums come out?
Albums?
I remember.
Come on, dog.
No. I'm serious, Jimmy.
Come on.
When I was probably 10 years old.
Yeah.
And that was in the early 70s, mid 70s. I remember the 45 was like the big. That was the first one that came out.
In the 70s, albums were already out in the 70s.
Oh, they were.
My favorite album was James Brown live at the Apollo Theater. That album just blew me away.
Yeah,
It
you
was
saying that
awesome.
Jim had the Victrola to crank that
I did
bad
not
boy
have
up,
to crank it
put
up.
on
No,
there?
but I did have, because we didn't have a lot of money, I did have a little plastic 45 Victrola, and it would just play my 45 records and that I had. And, I had a collection of Elvis and, anybody who was hot at that time. And then I got hooked on soul music in the middle 60s. I got hooked on that. And from then on, it just took off.
They had said that the turntables were making a comeback.
They were.
And if you had your old albums, the sound. I gave all mine to my next door neighbor's son, which is good. When I moved about 12 years ago, at least they're going to good use.
Yes,
because he loved the flavor of the 70s.
I
80s,
gave mine to
and 90s.
Goodwill.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Anytime, I'm just glad somebody's enjoying it. I wasn't going to throw them away.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to throw them away, but I had big old box full, which to your point might be worth a few bucks. These
Probably.
days. I doubt it.
I try to figure out if someone asked you single you. I'm thinking it was the Beatles, but I know album wise, I was big into Bruce Springsteen, so I had a lot of Born to Run might have been my first one.
I think mine might have been a Righteous Brothers song. You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling.
Okay.
I think that might have been mine.
Our first album was the Beach Boys in '64.
I can see that.
That one,
Yep.
and then the first LP I think was their big song in '68, Lovin' Spoonful or something like that in '68. It was so fun to kind of let's listen. Come on over, let's listen to albums. On a Friday night. And that was kind of a big deal in 7th, 8th grade,
How was it like when you guys growing up? I mean, did you guys put chairs out around the radio, or did you just sit on the floor?
We had TV.
Fold your legs and just sit there and listen to the radio?
Look, we had a 19-inch black and white console
RCA
TV
or Zenith.
I think it was a Zenith, and that was it. I mean, I remember watching it. Of course, things started in black and white before they matriculated to color. So from that aspect, that was something that my parents even had enough money even to generate enough to get that TV.
To get our first color TV in 1969.
You had it in 69?
Yeah, we had it in 69.
Oh, man. Wow, you were rich.
Yeah,
So,
really.
Yeah, your dad did well. He was a banker.
Well, he got transferred, so we got that.
So you got money.
Hey, Documentary Solutions is our partner when it comes to the sounds of the weekend. If you're in the market for a new printer, you can now buy, lease, or rent. They have many makes and models. It'll work right off your smartphone. Give them a call, 623-252-8282, Document Solutions of the Valley, where their service can't be copied. All right, coming up, former Sun Devil, former NFL quarterback Rudy Carpenter. We'll see what his big takeaways from the two quarterbacks that the Cardinals had playing on Saturday night. That's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending.
Clear?
Fox Sports 910, Phoenix.
Cardinals will hold 2 joint practices with the Colts this week ahead of Saturday's matchup. The Suns' schedule isn't official yet, but reports say they'll play the Clippers at their new Intuit Dome home October 23rd to possibly open their season. The Mercury's gold medal-winning trio of Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Kalia Copper suit up for the squad this Thursday when WNBA play resumes against the Chicago Sky. The Diamondbacks tab-branded fought for the start of tonight's series opener with the Rockies. Arizona tied with the Padres for the National League's top wild card spot.
Okay. If he doesn't call, I'll give him a call like a minute and a half
Garrity on
before.
Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Need an electric charger installed or a TV mounted? Contact AC Electrical Family at aceelectricalfamily.com. Call 602-577-1392. That's aceelectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. AC Electrical Family. Power up with the best.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, rock for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Is it time for an all-in-one wireless printer with tons of connectivity options? With Document Solutions of the Valley, you can buy, lease, or rent models that work off of your smartphone. Call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Fall's coming. You have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve, so this fall make a plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
On it.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Elf Beauty. The U.S. indoor volleyball team came up short against Italy in the gold medal match on Sunday, earning silver. Italy took an early lead and never let up, winning in 3 sets, 25-18, 25-20, 25-17.
He's
The silver
ready.
medal for the U.S. is the 7th Olympic medal for the team, more than any other country in indoor volleyball. And a 5th consecutive medal is the longest streak in U.S. indoor volleyball history. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
When it comes to women in sports, Elf Beauty is all about leveling the playing field. The same goes for the boardroom, where Elf is one of only 4 publicly traded U.S. companies with a board that's 2/3 women and 1/3 diverse. Learn more at elfbeauty.com.
Here to talk football is former Sun Devil quarterback, who, by the way, went 3-1 against that team in Tucson.
Carpenter going to go up with time. Steps up, looks end zone. Got a man. McGahey, touchdown. And Rudy Carpenter threw that right into the teeth, into the strength of the Wildcat defense.
Rudy Carpenter, now on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
Always great to start our week off with Rudy Carpenter, talk some football. Now we actually have some real football to talk about. Well, it was only a preseason game, but the Arizona Cardinals fell to the Saints on Saturday night. They'll be in Indy this week, having some joint practices, and then they'll play over the weekend. And Rudy joins us now on the right to the guest line. Rudy, how you doing, buddy? Did you get a chance to watch the Cards game? Hey, Rudy. Rudy won. Oh, there he is. Hey, Rudy. What's going on, Rudy? Sorry, we didn't have you up.
Oh, sorry. I said I only got a chance to watch part of the game. I've had a little bit of an eventful week.
Okay. Divulge.
Oh, I think I told Manuch I couldn't get on the show last week. My grandmother's been living with me the last couple months, and she passed away this week. And right after that happened, my wife actually had to go to the hospital with a bad case of shingles. She was in there for 3 days. So
We're so sorry.
Man.
I apologize. I thought you were going to say you were dealing with a bunch of player issues. A guy got a DUI or something like that, but that's much worse. So, hey, our thoughts and prayers to you and your family. And I know the shingles. My mom recently had it, so I know how serious that is. So, ironically, my doctor last week, my physical said I need to get my shot.
Get the shingle shot.
It's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, hey, I hope she's doing much better, Rudy.
Yeah, thanks. My wife actually just walked in the door from the hospital about 30 minutes ago, so we're on the mend.
Outstanding. All right, well, let's sorry you didn't have a chance to watch the game, but just when it comes to the first week of preseason, now that there's only 3 games, how much do you want to see the number ones play? What do you think is is it a series? Is it a quarter? Is it a half? What do you prefer?
With an expanded schedule now, it's even a more difficult question. But to me, I just think that football is a really difficult game. It's not like baseball where you get a million opportunities to play games. It's not like basketball where you get a million opportunities to play games. And really, you only get, 17 chances to go out there and to compete and to play games. And it's really not that many. If you think about it, let's say you play 80 plays in a game times 17 weeks. It's really not that, it's not a large number of plays, when you think about it, compared to the amount of reps you get in practice, the amount of reps you get in the off-season period, the amount of reps you get even when you're just on your own working out. You compare that to baseball, basketball, it's not a ton of reps. So I've always been someone who thinks that the more you get, the more chances the starters get a chance to play, get a chance to gel, understand the timing, understand the quarterback's anticipation, understand, how each individual player runs routes. You got some guys that are taller, and so they run, a 10-yard stop at a deeper depth because a lot of these routes are based on steps, so they cover more ground. And you got guys that are, short and quick, and they run 10-yard stop, maybe a little bit shorter. And to me, it's like the more reps you can get, understanding the timing of each guy is so important. I also think it's important. You got a guy like Kyler Murray who runs around and he moves around. He doesn't just stand in the pocket. You want to give the offensive line a bunch of reps so they can kind of get a feel for how he moves, how he operates, where he's going to be in the pocket or outside of the pocket, and how he extends plays. So to me, I like when the starters get a lot of reps, but I also understand from an owner's perspective and a coach's perspective, you need your starters to be healthy. You need your starters to be healthy going into game 1 and for the rest of the season. And the last thing you want to do is get these guys dinged early, kind of like we just saw with Hollywood Brown and the Chiefs, right? So it's a difficult situation, and it's hard for each coach to find, the right touch for each individual team and each individual player.
So, Rudy, when you watch quarterbacks per se, we're talking about the starters, as you mentioned, to see how sharp they look, how comfortable they look. In the situation with the Cardinals, looking for that backup quarterback with Desmond Ridder or Clayton Tune or whatever team, the team that they want to emphasize that particular quarterback at backup. You look at anything in particular to see that, okay, who's going to win that particular competition? Or is it just too difficult because they're playing against second and third teamers?
Yeah, I think what you're looking for, obviously, you want to see the quarterbacks execute. Which guys can execute? Which guys can move the ball down the field? Which guys can stay ahead of the chains? Which guys can get completions? Which guys are putting scoring drives together? What guys can do when it comes to using their legs to extend plays? And then I also think all these coaches and GMs have, a certain perspective as to, I'm going to feel a little bit better about Desmond Ridder maybe than another guy, Clayton Thune, because Desmond has starting experience. He's played in games. He understands what the week is going to be like. If he ever becomes a starter, he's going to understand how to prepare himself, maybe a little bit better and, things of that nature. And so I also think too, what these guys are looking for, coaches, are how do these quarterbacks operate a huddle? How are they calling plays? Is it clean? Is is the operation clean? Can they get in the huddle? Can they get out of the huddle? Can they get lined up? Can they get the ball snapped? Can they execute the kills and alerts and the audibles without, guys going off sides, without, guys lining up in the wrong formation, without, the play clock running down and getting delay of game penalties. And so, I think all of that stuff matters. But at the same time, I mean, once you start talking about your backup quarterback, your season's probably over.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm really interested in your thoughts when it comes to all of the young guys playing, and they played hardly the veterans, not much at all. Is that just because because games now are so limited, now with only 3, they got to take a look at everybody as much as they possibly can?
Like I said, I think it's a lot of different things, right? It's they want to be able to see what all the young guys can do. They want to be able to understand how they're going to fill out the bottom part of their roster. They want to be able to, get a chance to see guys run around, play fast, compete, so they can figure out, like I said, what the bottom of the roster is going to look like and what their practice squad is going to look like. But I also, like I said, I just think so much of this has to do with coaches that believe, hey, we can simulate all of this stuff in practice. We don't necessarily need the preseason games for our veterans to play to be ready for the season. And based on my experience in the NFL, what I saw the most is just a very big emphasis on going into the season. We need all of our starters to be 100% healthy, because the season is so long. It's rigorous. It's hard to recover. It's not worth the preseason is not worth some of our big time starters getting banged up. But there's also a situation where you got young guys like Marvin Harrison Jr., who's only a rookie, but you also think that guy's going to be a day one starter, and you're going to need Marvin Harrison Jr., in my viewpoint, to be a playmaker day one. So you want to get him reps so he can learn the offense, learn how to run routes in the NFL, learn how to play the NFL game, NFL situations, timing, all of those things. But you also don't want him to get hurt in these meaningless games, because come game 1, you need him to be in contention for Rookie of the Year candidate if you're the Arizona Cardinals and you want to have any type of successful season.
Rudy, thank you for some time, man. Sorry you've been going through what you've been going through. Our thoughts and prayers to your family. And please tell your wife we said thank you for allowing you to come on the air after she just got home. So we'll catch up next week when things are going a lot better. All right, buddy?
All right, guys. Thanks.
You got it. Rudy Carpenter joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. What kind of booker are you?
What do you mean?
Why are we bringing him on today?
Well, he was good to go. He wanted to talk about football.
His wife just got home from
He
the
probably
hospital.
wanted to take his mind off.
I didn't realize she was coming home from the hospital today.
Jeez.
He's got a hell of a wife. She's an attorney, by the way.
I understand that, and an athlete.
Yeah.
But you could have said, hey, Rudy had a really rough week. Not that.
Oh, he was good to go. He dealt with all that last week.
I know, but when I thought rough week, he's an agent. Thinking maybe.
I thought the same thing.
You guys thought. I didn't have time to watch a game. I've been dealing with all my athletes that are, at camp.
He wanted to come on and talk about quarterbacks a little bit. Sometimes it's a good distraction away from all the things going on at home.
Thank you to All-City Towing for bringing us Rudy today. If you want to join the team, they got the largest towing company in the state. They're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, customer service personnel. You can enjoy benefits like the most advanced towing equipment. They have set work schedules. They got a healthy 401k, employer match, employer paid life insurance, health benefits, a monthly fuel allowance. So if you're ready to take your career to the next level, visit them online at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. We got Football 50. That's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the CAZ Sportsbook.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Regal. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch.
RockForWhiteToyota.com. at Wright Toyota, they'd like
Thank
to
you.
get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. We invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota,
It was just at the
head to
beginning when they were
website
doing the
at
welcome.
WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Twin Peaks wants to upgrade your home viewing experience with a new big screen TV. Enter for a chance to win your choice of a smart TV up to 85 inches by texting PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates may apply. That's PEAKS to 59925.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Head to Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Save up to 60% and get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses, all with free and fast delivery. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with
You're live
on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, we finally got our first AP Top 25 poll of the season. Woo-hoo! The season is here. Yeah. Round of applause.
We're so back.
Yes, we are so back. It's also important to remember we have a 12-team college football playoff to get into as well, which I think is going to be super, super cool. And I'm excited because we are going to be doing a little contest starting tomorrow. I'm not ready today, but I'm going to tease it right now. And then the guys tomorrow will break it down even more. And you guys are going to beat this up hard.
Okay.
It's called the College Football Playoff 12-Team Predictor. And what you're going to do, we're going to take 1,000 entries. You predict all 12 teams and they win, you win $1,000. Predict all 12 in order and win $10,000.
Oh, man.
Wow. Predict all 12 in order and the champion and win $20,000. Now, this is going to run.
Is that coming out of my wallet?
Nope, it's all me.
Okay.
And it's going to come out tomorrow, and we're going to have a website you go to, and you put your picks in. It's going to be completely free. It's going to be brought to you by Lerner & Rowe and Wright Toyota.
Okay.
And it's just a nice little promotion to get our season started. And all your picks are going to have to be in by August 29th. So originally the contest went to the 24th, which is week 0. And I complained. I did this morning.
I complained.
Because I'm insuring all this, right?
Okay.
So I'm like talking to this insurance guy. I'm like, come on. I go, the football season really starts on the 29th. Week 0. That's why it's called 0.
Yeah. I mean, Georgia Tech could beat Florida State, and that would shake up everything.
It could, but you'll know that now because I was able to use my magic and I got to the 29.
Attaboy, Rock.
So that'll be tomorrow, and I'm real excited. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So they acquiesced to the Rock email that you sent them.
I think so.
Awesome.
So, all right. So, we don't call it the Power 4 anymore. It's the Power, or excuse me, 5. It's the Power 4 now.
Yes.
And thanks to the conference realignment, only 4 conferences are in the top 25. SEC's got 9. Big Ten's got 6. Big 12's got 5. The ACC's got 4. Throw Notre Dame in there. They're also included at the poll number 7. Pac-12, of course, there's only 2 teams there, Washington State and Oregon State. They are not present. So the SEC still dominates. 4 of the top 6, Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Ole Miss are in the SEC. They are right there at the top. Now, if you stretch that out to the top 5, you add 4 more, and you get Missouri, LSU, Tennessee, Oklahoma. So that gives the conference 8 of the top 16. WTF. Now, when you look at Utah, okay, the old Pac-12 Utah, they would be in the top 4 if the college football playoff started today because they're number 4. So Georgia's 1, Ohio State's 2, Florida State's 3, and Utah is 4. Michigan, ho, ho, ho!
Yes.
Ranked number 9.
That's good.
I think it's too high.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I think it's too high. And how about Colorado? All that hype last year at this time about Deion Sanders. They received 1 point in the poll.
Yeah, interesting.
1 point.
And how interesting how Deion was ranked last as far as Big 12 coaches by CBS. And doesn't want to talk to CBS Sports now.
Nope, he did.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But he's
Deion.
too busy. Right now, DirecTV is getting ready to launch a new national campaign called For the Birds. It's an ad campaign, and it's got these 3 pigeons, okay, that are up on, like, looking inside somebody's house watching TV.
On a
right?
windowsill, yep.
Yeah, and he's the main bird, right? And he's talking, and then it's Henry Winkler and Steve Buscemi, the guy from Sopranos, and it's a 30-second spot, and it's going to be played a lot, so get ready. He's too busy. He doesn't have time to coach.
Oh, yeah, God forbid. I mean, but I got to tell you what. I mean, to be that sensitive about somebody placing you last in the Big 12 as far as coaches, and matter of fact, you try to take a question from a guy from CBS Sports. I love you, not you, but just CBS that have, he didn't say it.
No.
I'm not talking to you. Yeah. Classless.
It was
for him to take that on and to put
yeah.
that out there. That guy's covering you from Denver. And you're sure you are. Well, I'm not taking from CBS.
Yeah.
You guys, whatever. Give me a break, Deion.
Are you
kidding
was
me?
that CBS local or was it the
It's
national?
national.
No, that was their
National wrote the article.
Yeah.
Okay, but Deion's not Heisman. He's not giving the Heisman to the local
He is.
CBS affiliate too, is he?
He is. He's giving the Heisman.
So the guy for like say Channel 5, which has really no association to CBS National,
right?
Just like on radio, we're Fox, but doesn't mean that we're associated with Fox Network like news.
He said, "I love you, but your company has put me blah blah blah." So he shot the guy down on the question.
Right.
I'm gonna give me a break. It's a local CBS guy. And he's got CBS, and you're not going to answer the question. I'm not talking to you people. I mean, what is that all about?
Well, Manuch, too, a bunch of coaches say, oh, we don't look at the outside noise. That doesn't matter to us.
Yeah.
He's sensitive, man.
Yeah.
You're going to admit to seeing an article from a random guy you've never met and take offense to it.
If you can't take the heat, get the hell out of the kitchen.
I'm gonna say this. Last year they won 4 games, and everybody went nuts about them. This year, if they win 6 or 7, does everybody still go nuts about them because they would be in a bowl game? And look, all of us know how awful Colorado football has been for the last 10 years.
Well, the administration is going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Now, they win 6 or 7 games, go to bowl games
Yeah.
where they were at.
Yes.
What they went through.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's gonna prime that, pardon the pun, for everything going through the season. But thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I mean, did you write that down last night?
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's look at their schedule. They open up North Dakota State. Okay.
That's
tough.
It's not a shirt win.
They're
I agree.
They're ranked in the top, I believe, top 10 in the 1AA or
And that's
FS.
a Thursday night
Yep.
game,
Yep.
ESPN, nationally televised. It's gonna be a 5:00 local start here. Then they're on the road. They got Nebraska. I'm kind of thinking Nebraska is going to be improved. I'm a sleeper. I really am hoping for them. They then play Colorado State at Colorado State, so they're Fort Collins for that one, unless it's at a neutral site, which sometimes they do. Then they got home with Baylor. They're at UCF. They Kansas State at home. They're at Arizona, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma State. They don't have a tough at a conference schedule. So they may win a couple more than we expect.
I would think he win at least at least 6 games. But if Shedeur gets hurt, his son gets hurt,
they're done.
That's done.
He's got to improve offensive line, which is what I'm reading.
Yep.
So if
I don't know. I just way than him shutting down that local
I'm with you
CBS
on that.
reporter.
Yeah.
That
Because,
was Bush.
Yeah, he was a local guy.
Local
not
CBS
not
guy.
a CBS guy.
But he told me he loves him. Hey, I
No,
love
he
you.
did say
You're
that.
good. It's
Yeah.
not about you.
Yeah.
It's about your parent company and blah, blah. I'm like, please.
Here's the thing, though. That local news or sports guy, this is going to benefit him down the road.
Well, I'm sure he'll, at some point, Dion
He's got
will
all this
come
exposure.
around.
I don't know what his
Yeah.
name is, but he's probably going to get, he's going to get that sit down with him down the road.
I would hope he would. It just makes Dion look so bad.
Hey, Football 50 is brought to you by the El Bandino Yankee Tequila. Break out the Bandino. As it's been created by a couple Bandinos, former pro athletes Jim Bob Morris, who joins us on Tuesdays, and Chris Chelios. And it is the official tequila Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. So experience for yourself. Ask for it at your favorite watering hole. Break out the Bandino. Hey, our It's Your Call question of the day. It's D-backs because they're playing some pretty good baseball. Do you feel the D-backs can now win the National League West outright? You have two choices. Yes, because the hitting is on all levels, or no, Dodgers are just too talented. Go vote on our Twitter page, X page at Roc and Manuch. It's always brought to you by State 48 Roofing. So coming up in hour number 2, a lot of sound from the Olympics. We're going to kind of put a wrap on the Olympics, which I think was outstanding. We did so well when it comes to medals. I would have liked to have gotten just one more gold. Just one more.
Just to be more above China?
Yes. We'll also catch up with Craig Fouey from ABC 15, get his thoughts if he's ever had a head coach give him the Heisman because of his affiliation. So we'll get into that. And then Casey from the CAZ Sportsbook. That's all coming up in hour number 2. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. We're going to be out here for the first Thursday night game of the season. We are not going to be here on Monday night this year. After 23 years of doing Monday Night Football at Casino, Arizona, they have decided to go a different direction. So we're pretty sad about that, but business is business. More Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B continues right here on Fox Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Whoa, it's you. Hey, you guys want the long intro with Jimmy B and then the basketball audio?
Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy. Yep, got them. Thank you. Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
Jane, I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
Woo! This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, when you switch, you can keep your phone and we'll pay it off up to $800.
Yes.
And on this segment, I also have the disclaimer ready.
Card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit, service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
Fall's coming. You have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve, so this fall make a plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Broadcasting from the Raffy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
It'll be Brandon Pfaadt for the Diamondbacks to start tonight's series with the Rockies. Arizona tied with the Padres for the National League's top wild card spot at 66 and 53. The Cardinals will hold 2 joint practices with the Colts this week ahead of their Saturday matchup. The Sun schedule is not official yet, but reports say they'll play the Clippers at their new Intuit Dome home October 23rd to possibly open their season. And the Mercury's gold medal-winning trio of Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Kalia Copper suit up for the squad this Thursday against the Chicago Sky. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Monday, look for mostly sunny skies. Temperatures right around 105 degrees for today. For this evening, look for breezier conditions. Very slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm, and those overnight lows right around 85. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Blue Sky Pest Control.
We will treat your pest.
Blue Sky Pest Control technicians might not be the next boy band, but they can make your pests go bye, bye, bye. Call 602 Blue Sky today. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pests.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. And is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Does Curry have another bank over the double team? Oh! It's a golden dagger! Exclamation point! 8 threes for Curry. And for the 5th consecutive Olympics, the United States of America is golden. They defeat France. No timeouts here. It's Williams. That was
Your life.
Banked it in. What a finish. Williams with her foot on the line. The United States officially the most dominant Olympic team in all of team sport history. 8 straight goals, and the U.S. gets it done once again on France's home turf.
They did get it done. Thank you to NBC for the highlight of the men's game and also the women's game, the gold medal games, which brought the USA victory in both of those contests. Welcome back in, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM, HD3, also on the iHeartRadio app. And we are here sequestered nicely at the Sportsbook, the CAZ Sportsbook at Casino, Arizona. Manuch, I'm telling you, the ratings for the men's game, over 20 million people. Over 20 million people watch that France-USA men's incredible basketball game.
And you wonder how much as far as streaming on the radio.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it. I'm just, and I quite frankly, guys, I really thought that USA would blow them out 20, 25 points after that close match with Serbia. But, the French came out. I mean, again, their three-point shooting got them in the game, kept them in the game, kept it very, very close. But if not for Steph Curry, and especially the 4 threes in a row with 2 minutes and 37
seconds.
Yeah, left in the game.
Yeah.
And the last shot he hit, did that draw the roof? Did rain come up? I mean, I'm like, how did that go in? But he's always been one of those guys, when he's feeling it, Jimmy, it goes up, and I don't care if he's shooting from half court, 3/4, 20 feet, 30 feet. It's going in. And they were like all over him.
Yeah,
and a couple of moves, you just forget about his moves.
Oh, his quickness is very
his quickness
good.
moves. I mean, he threw. One guy broke his ankle. He fell over here, and the other guy that came back to try to double team him. So when you watch Curry and you watch his team, kind of like it's not me to my acquiesce. It's like LeBron James is like, all right, Steph's hot. Let's give the ball to Steph.
Yep.
Give it to him. He's got it. And everybody else just kind of sat back and watched, along with some huge rebounding as well at the end of that game.
He is meaning Steph Curry, yes. He is the greatest shooter ever in the NBA. The greatest shooter of the basketball ever in the NBA.
So as the Olympics, they close the final medal count. Of course, we talked about it. USA and China with 40 gold, followed by Japan, Australia, and the host country, France. They were in fifth place with 16. The women crushed it for America. They won 54% of the medals. Men, 41%, and then 5% came in mixed. Don't read into that, boys. Just mixed events.
Okay.
Our female athletes also won twice as many golds, 26-13. Our male and female swimmers teamed up to win the mixed 4 by 100-meter relay. 14 golds came in track and field this time. Swimming had 8, cycling had 3, gymnastics had 3. I want to look at China. Their best events were diving. They destroyed it. Table tennis, shocker.
Yeah.
And then shooting. That's not good. And then when you wrap up the Summer Olympics, it's in Paris. Of course, it'll be LA next to Summer Olympics in 2028. Italy, Winter Olympics 2026, boys. I'm sorry.
I like it.
I'll be calling in.
Yeah, I figured.
I want to go back to Italy. So it would be nice if I could do that, but I don't know. Anyway, so it's over. It was a heck of a 2.5 week event.
Extravaganza.
And it ends up with Tom Cruise closing it out, being lowered from the roof of the stadium and jumping out of a plane. And then all of a sudden he's in LA. And then you got Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's Snoop Dogg with Dr. Dre. And it just totally went out with a bang. And I can't wait to just hear a lot of what has been said to the numbers economically it did for France. Mm-hmm. So we'll have Ricoro on later in the week as he was there. And just how much of an economical impact does it really create for the city? I know LA is already talking about what they're doing in the sense that the mayor has come out. They're not going to allow any cars.
You saw that. All transportation.
Yes.
Will be all public.
All public transportation.
Yeah.
And they've already got the infrastructure. They're not going to really build any new facilities, folks. They're going to use facilities there in LA and around the nation per se.
Well, the interesting one was what Rock dropped on us. They're going to have the swimming and diving in Oklahoma City.
No, softball.
Oh, softball. I'm sorry. Softball.
Softball will be in Oklahoma.
Well, and they've got enough venues in the LA area.
Yeah,
but how do they not have softball? I mean, you got all these California schools.
You would think. I mean, there's
UCLA, USC. I mean, Stanford, Cal. We can go on and on.
But they always play. They always play the collegiate women's softball tournament. Is always in Oklahoma City. So they're
so what are they going to do with baseball then? They always play the baseball in Omaha.
I don't know.
What about flag football? Where do you think
that'll be LA? That'd be LA. I just was
SoFi?
Like, I'm trying.
I don't think it'll be SoFi because that's going to be for all.
SoFi is going to have swimming. The swimming is going to be at SoFi.
Inside SoFi?
Yes.
They're going to put a pool,
in there. Yes.
Maybe they use the Rose Bowl or the
Oh,
Coliseum.
they will. Sure.
They've got enough
I don't think
venues.
they want to go to USC. That's just.
You mean the Coliseum? Yeah, that's.
It's sad that you have this beautiful college, university in just a really bad area.
You got to remember back in 80. What was it? They had the Olympics in LA.
84.
They had the Coliseum was the track and field events.
Yeah,
we're all there.
And remember now that Steve Ballmer, who owns the LA Clippers, he built a brand new arena in Inglewood, so they can use that arena as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all set. I mean, they prepare 8 years out. On this
sure.
stuff.
And I think that the way they kind of set that up last night with all the venues and the LA flavor, the Hollywood flavor.
Oh, sure.
And then there's Cruise on the Hollywood sign. I think it's to use all those venues. I just wonder where they're going to have the campus, so to speak, where the village is going to be. They've got plenty of places there, but for the mayor to say, hey, look, it'll all be public transportation.
Yep.
You imagine some of these athletes getting caught up in the gridlock in LA?
Never
it's
get
24/7, 365.
It is. They never get to the venue.
They have horrible public transportation.
Well, that's going to be the key. How do you get that public transportation?
Yeah, they don't have a train system,
a tram, yeah,
that goes through like a rail like we have. Even though ours sucks too, because whoever decided to build ours decided let's start in and then go out.
Yes.
When you need to go out,
sure,
get
and come in. That's correct.
Like Seattle, they got it down.
They do.
You could be in the suburbs.
Yes.
Get on a train and then you go downtown. Pike Place.
Everybody's saying in Oakland, the BART is a lot better.
BART's great.
BART is great.
I don't understand how we are just so behind on that stuff.
I think that it's because a couple of things. We're so transit. People want to do their own thing. But if you force public transport, I say force. If you give people opportunity for more transportation through more outlets, they would use the public transportation, then fight the 10 and the 101 or whatever.
I would use it all. I always thought if they could build a tran, or some type of train, a BART system in the middle of the 101, the middle of the 17, in the middle of the,
wherever,
and just take it from there, because it's taken so long for them to get the what's it called now? What do they have now? What's it called?
The tram, the
Unirail or whatever.
Light rail.
Light rail. Thank you. I mean, it's suburb of Mesa maybe now.
It's expanded into Mesa. It's mostly that central Phoenix kind of area. And I was curious. Okay, where's that public transportation going to come from the next 4 years? They're going to develop a huge tram. They don't have a subway. They tried. I think they had a little bit of a subway.
How could they really do
I don't
a
think
subway
they have a subway? They don't have a subway.
I think they were talking about it. I don't know if they never went through, but yeah,
not with earthquakes there.
They can't get a light rail in
bus,
4 years, can they?
Maybe.
I don't know. Bus, Uber. I don't have any tram in the LA area.
All right, random fact of the day: how many people have medaled in both the Summer and Winter Olympics?
Ooh. Oh man, I'm gonna say 5 because of track.
Yeah,
and luge guys going back and forth.
And bobsled guys who
Same
were
thing.
in track. No, luge is different. Luge, you're all by yourself, laying on your back. And bobsled, you have pushers.
Okay.
You have pushers for bobsled. So
Good job.
Yeah. So I'm
5.
That's like one of the most intelligent things that Jimmy's brought to the show in at least 3 days, 4 days. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, brother. All right, so I'm going to go with 10.
10. All right, Jack, what would you like to throw in there?
Yeah, I'm going to go 8.
Jasmine, you want to play with us today? What do you have? How many people have medaled in both the Summer and Winter Olympics?
I say 12.
12. It is 7.
Oh, okay. Jack's is
7. Alexandria Burkhardt from Germany just joined the group this year. She got a bronze medal in the 4x100 meter race, and in the 22 Winter Olympics, she got a silver in the 2-woman bobsled. The athlete that's got the most, her name is Claire Hughes. She's from Canada. She won 2 Olympic medals in cycling in the 90s. And who else?
Yes, and also in bobsled.
No, speed skating. Nice try.
Oh, shoot.
So she's got 2 in that and 4 in speed skating.
Didn't win the Jamaican bobsled team.
That is correct.
Didn't they get all the track guys?
Yeah,
that they incorporated.
They
They made the movie. John Candy was the manager, and they put that. He grabbed all the track guys.
30.
We need speed.
Yeah,
and you can't be big. You gotta be light.
Hey, next we will have our G2G protein bar game changers from the weekend, as we got a couple really good ones next, as we will go from D-backs making some history to a player that actually just went completely off to help win the gold. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek in the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 drafts, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade saddler structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Attention drivers, stay alert Arizona. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, supports the move over law. If you see emergency lights, move over and slow down. Let's keep our roads safe for everyone. Sponsored by All City Towing.
Yeah,
Sports
both
fans,
Del
celebrate every
Castillo
big game
Arias.
with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed
I got
as
it,
one of
and the other
world's
one is
top tequilas
labeled
by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
Nope.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910. Live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings. Tomorrow from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
I picked up on Connecto and Profundo. Base hit down the line. Del Castillo's at it again. 2 runs coming home, and the Diamondbacks have the lead. Profundo. Boy, you talk about an impression. He's making a good one. Adrian Del Castillo. It's 4-2 Diamondbacks. Rookie Adrian Del Castillo in his second major league game. It's a fly ball to right field, and he's the first player in Diamondbacks history whose first career home run is a walk-off winner. Diamondbacks win it.
doesn't have to rush. It's money.
26 points for the 20-year-old. Does Curry have another banger with a dagger to finish it? Durant back to Curry, dancing on Batum, over the double team. Oh! It's a golden dagger! Night! Curry unconscious in the fourth. Davis with a rebound. Up ahead for Booker. Exclamation point. He's a bad boy. Night. 8 threes for Curry.
Back, he has a car link now. Joey Logano through 3 and 4 for the final time. There's the contact. He does get to him. The 11 on the inside. He gets into the wall. Dillon's going to win it at the line.
Ended, and the reason is this. Now everybody is talking about it, and they're all excited about the upcoming race next week because of what Austin Dillon did. That is my G2G game changer. Austin Dillon goes from worst to first on the last lap.
I love the Joey Logano's. They're interviewing me. He's over there hugging and kissing his wife, holding babies, and he just bumped me out of the race. And
Yep.
it's kind of like, hey, what goes around comes
That's
around.
it.
Right?
You got it.
And
It happens all the time.
And Austin Dillon, he's desperate. He had 1-2 years.
That's it.
So he's like, well, here's my chance.
Yeah.
I've been leading the race.
Yes.
Restart, I get behind. I deserve it. So he bumps not only one and grabs the other guy out and goes by. And you know
and then
what?
He bumps out Denny Hamlin.
And he'll get his.
Oh, he will.
It's like anything.
Oh, yeah.
What goes around comes around.
Exactly.
I mean, good for him to
But
be
it was-
desperate to win.
It was a great finish. Great finish.
This week in history, on this day, Fox airs its first NFL game. For a lunch on me, name the two teams.
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you.
What kind of clue can you give? It's a long time ago now.
Yeah, not that long. I think it was 1994.
That's a long time.
An AFC versus an
NFC.
NFC.
I'm going to say
The game was played. This will really give you a clue.
Okay.
No, I'll give you the clue, but I'm not buying you lunch.
Oh, okay. That's
well, don't give me the clue. I'm going to say Dallas Cowboys.
No. All right, keep going. Who else?
Yeah.
And they took on the
No,
Cowboys.
no.
Took on the
No.
Chiefs. Well, I'm giving you the two teams.
Well, if you don't get, you're giving me one. I'm already telling you that you don't have either one of
You
them.
don't have
so
either
why
one.
even try to guess
okay.
that last one?
All right.
I'm going to go Buffalo Bills, New York Giants.
No.
Bills.
Packers, Broncos.
God, Broncos, yes.
Oh,
wow.
Got one.
NFC
team.
I'll go Bears.
I'll go Eagles.
Big market.
Jax, if you get it, I will buy you lunch.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. Niners?
Yeah!
Oh,
Jax gets lunch
man.
on Rock.
Go.
All right.
Broncos.
So there you have it. NFL coverage formally began the following month, September 4th, when they premiered Fox NFL Sunday, followed by 6 televised regular season games on the first Sunday of 94. Also on this day, the Celtics were sold for an NBA record. Tell me what that number was. 1969.
Ooh, 69.
I was 1.
69. I'll say.
I'm not going to tell you how old I was.
I'm going to say $555,000.
What?
1969.
An NBA team.
Yeah, 500. I'm 560.
You're way off.
I'm going to say 2.5 mil.
Jax.
2.8 mil.
$6 million. Wow, you guys are way off. Not even in the
Giving them more credit than they were back then.
No.
60
time.
Okay.
I mean, jeez. Anyway, so there's some little tidbits when it comes to on this day in sports history. Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the hour. Who's your favorite D-back since the All-Star break? Is it Ketel Marte, Jake McCarthy, Adrian Del Castillo, or other? That's
right now,
hard for me.
Currently,
you know that, Manuch.
I know it is. Ketel Marte.
See, Jimmy, it's very difficult for me. In Manuch, we're going on 20 years.
I know you guys are, yeah.
And like former girlfriends, my parents, my sister,
yeah,
he can finish my sentence.
Exactly.
So he knows when I struggle with pronunciations.
Yes.
Like Adrian Del Castillo.
Castillo.
I like
struggle.
It. I
even
like
if
it
I
when,
am Italian at Morocco.
I like it when you say El Bandino
instead
of El Bandito.
Wasn't El Bandino a shortstop for the Yankees in 1955?
No, it was Mets. It was Mets. By the way, it was great to see the Mets get blown out by Seattle. It's the first Sunday night game they had in 20 years.
How about Seattle?
Seattle's playing great baseball.
And there's some
Name
guys.
one guy.
I do not know one Seattle Mariners.
I know Dave Sims. He's their longtime TV broadcaster.
Did I ask you name?
You said name one guy.
One guy on the team.
Well, you didn't say that. You said name one guy. I just gave you a name.
Oh, you don't know Julio?
Come on.
Julio Rodriguez?
Yes.
ABC 15, Craig Fooey.
I know him.
The sports director, not news director, but who keeps us on the lineup. Sports director. But we can talk news with him. We'll find out. We can talk some politics with him next. Yeah, he's joined us for Factor Fooey next. We're out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The Mercury's gold medal winning trio of Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Kalia Copper suit up for the squad this Thursday when they take on the Chicago Sky. The Diamondbacks will send Brandon Pfaadt to the mound to start their series with the Rockies. Arizona tied with the Padres for the NL's top wild card spot at 66-53. The Cardinals will hold 2 joint practices with the Colts this week ahead of Saturday's matchup. And while the Suns' schedule isn't official yet, reports say they'll play the Clippers at their new Intuit Dome home October 23rd to possibly open up their season. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. And online at WrightToyota.com.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing, and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks is always adding exciting cocktails to the menu, like the expertly balanced Sincoro Hall of Fame Margarita. Try it at your local lodge today.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Fall's coming. You have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve, so this fall make a plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. It's time for Fact or Phooey with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Phooey. Phooey joins the guys each Monday to break down the top stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Phooey.
What's up, Phooey? How you doing today, buddy? What's happening?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
You know, we're doing wonderful. I mean, just amazing. You got the full team here. Jimmy's having one of his better days. So things are going good. Things are going really good.
It rarely happens, Phooey.
Let's keep the train on the tracks though with this segment. All right,
What
Phooey.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Jimmy's having one of his better days.
See, on Fridays we have these. It's called a rewind, and it's all the blunders from the week. And so far, Jimmy's clean through an hour and a half of the show. Typically on a Monday, we get 15 minutes in, and he's already leading us off for Friday. So he's doing real well. He's providing good content too. So
excellent.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So let's see if we can keep it on the tracks then. All right. Question number 1: the D-backs are now an official contender. Now, and it's in caps, official contender to win the National League West title. Fact or Phooey?
Fact.
Yes.
Listen, I got to follow my pride because I said last week there's no way the D-backs would catch the Dodgers, but. Man, this D-backs team is on fire. They just can't seem to lose. It's amazing what they're doing with all kinds of injuries and guys just stepping in and filling roles.
And Coach, the reason I put that with it because I remember that comment 5.5 games back. Like, well, no, they'll do good with that. So I had to put the now official contender in the mind of one Coach Phooey.
Yeah, absolutely. They're 3.5 games back of the D-backs. I mean, looking good. They're in first place in the wild card with the Padres. I mean, this team just keeps winning. They blow out the Phillies, and on Sunday and Saturday they win 3 out of 4. They're playing really good baseball.
Speaking of the Diamondbacks, question number 2, a little factor Phooey, ABC 15's Craig Phooey. Jake McCarthy will be in the lineup on a regular basis after in the last 10 games of hitting .375, 3 home runs, 12 RBI, 12 hits, and 6 runs scored. Fact or Phooey?
Fact. I'm not a baseball coach, but when you have a guy on your team that's that hot, just keep rolling with him, right? Just keep running on him, let him go, and don't hold him back. I think Jake McCarthy's been incredible. And listen, Corbin Carroll's been good lately, right? I mean, you got guys stepping up. I mean, it's just been really fun to watch. And Jake McCarthy, former football player, the guy is tough as nails.
So, question number 3, Phooey, and now I will put it in your wheelhouse, former football coach. The Cardinals must start all of their starters on both sides of the football for at least a quarter versus the Colts this weekend. Fact or phooey?
Well, that's a tough one because I know the answer is they're not going to. So I don't know. I could say fact, but it's not going to happen. Kyler Murray is not playing at all in the preseason. I doubt very seriously if James Connors will get in there at all in the preseason. They don't want to get him hurt. You're not going to see most of those guys because they're not going to risk anything. I hearken back to Cliff Kingsbury's first year with the Cardinals when he didn't play the starters at all in the preseason. And then after that Detroit Lions opening game where they were struggling through the first half and barely came back and won, he said, we probably should have played in the preseason, but they're just not going to do it. So I would say, yes, it would be awesome to see the starters, and I think they need to for reps and just get used to each other because it's a new squad, but they're not going to do it.
Coach, do you figure the two, where they're going to have 2 practices with the Colts this week before they play them on Saturday, that might suffice, hopefully, to get some more aggressive reps, even though they're not going to be hitting?
Yeah, Jonathan Gannon said that. They're going to really rely on these 2 practices with the Colts, and hopefully they have 2 practices, right? They tried to do that a year ago, and they canceled them after 1. But hopefully they get the 2 practices in. He said that's going to be a big evaluation for them, and he wants to see the starters in those practices.
Coach, where are you on when fights break out? Are you in favor of it, or you don't want to see any of that at all?
In terms of my own team, no, I don't want to see any of that at all. I don't want to see the offense going against the defense. Now, I will admit that I came pretty close to getting into some fights with defensive coaches during spring football when I was coaching, but never happened. But in terms of playing another team, I don't think anybody wins in those. And then you end up shutting everything down because guys can't practice. So I would rather not see those.
All right, number 4, after seeing what be a good showing at Camp T, I didn't see it, but Manuch did. ASU starting quarterback will be Sam Levitt. Fact or phooey?
Coach, you were there taking it all in. What'd you think?
I was there all 4 days. Had a good time up there, cooler temperatures. Sam Levitt definitely played better than Jeff Sims on Saturday. Sims had 2 interceptions, threw some errant passes. It just was Sam Levitt's day, and I think if they had to make a decision today, it's Sam Levitt. And even Kenny, when we asked him on Saturday, do you have a starting quarterback? He goes, well, you guys are here. You saw what happened. So, yeah, Sam had a good.
So when you watch that team overall, is there a lot you can tell with the scrimmage up there at Camp Tonazona, Coach, on what, maybe improvements one way or the other, or is it just tough to tell?
It's tough to tell that. I will say this, they have more depth than they had last year, right? They recruited the heck out of things, and they got more guys. They have a lot more depth. But the question is, you don't know how good you are when you're practicing against your own team, right? So they may be really good. They may be just okay. It's hard to tell when you're practicing against your own guys. So we'll see how it plays out, but I think they'll be better. Kenny told us he hopes they're not going to run the swinging gate this year. So that would be a step up.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, question number 5, the last one. Once again, Steph Curry has proven to be the best shooter ever to grace the planet with his key shots in the last 2 medal games and lead the USA to a gold medal. Fact or phooey?
Amen. Amen. Steph Curry. Amen. Unbelievable. The guy can shoot the eyes out of the bucket, right? He is phenomenal. He stepped up and helped. Well, he actually got the win for Team USA for the gold medal.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a great player. I don't know if I like the gracing planet Earth, that line, but he's definitely a good basketball player, and the guy can shoot.
Was there somebody over in Europe that's a better shooter or something like that? He's
the only guy I can think of was Oscar Schmidt, who played for Brazil all those years.
You remember Oscar, right, Coach?
Yeah.
I'm not into gracing planet Earth. That's just
okay. Fair enough.
It's so great that Dan Manucci can grace planet Earth.
That's right, man. Absolutely.
What was your biggest takeaway? What you saw on Saturday with the Cardinals?
With the Cardinals,
yeah,
they got to get a lot. They got to get a lot better in a lot of areas. Defense is still struggling, and I know it's backups playing backups, but they've got to get better in terms of defensively. And then you've got to see. I think Clayton Tune right now is the backup to Kyler Murray. I mean, Desmond Ritter just didn't look good at all.
Yeah.
So,
and without and just that with being said, Coach, I agree with you right now. But still, the kid's inexperienced. We saw what happened to him against Cleveland. If Ritter continues to falter, you think they might look out there for another veteran quarterback that might be available to trade for, pick up on the waiver wire? I mean, Toone's still not. He's still a young guy. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, still young. He literally has said, and he said after the game, listen, there's a lot of difference between year and 1-2 because the game is slowing down for me, right? So he's starting to see things that he couldn't see last year. And you know that, Manuch.
Sure.
You were in the league. It's not easy to go through that, and it's fast. Guys move faster. Everybody's fast. Everybody's better. So it takes a little time for a quarterback to settle into the speed of the game and the coverages. So I think he'll be much better this year, I think.
What are you working on this week, Fooey? Indy, Diamondbacks, what is the top topic?
You know, we're trying to up with the Cardinals, and we've got some of our affiliate in Indy trying to get us some video for that the next couple of days. Trying to stay up with ASU. I'll be out at ASU practice tomorrow morning. And, of course, the Diamondbacks, red hot, right? You got to love them.
They really are.
Playoffs.
And then don't forget about the Arizona Rattlers Indoor Football League Championship this weekend up in Las Vegas, taking on Massachusetts.
Hey, at Henderson, Nevada, 3:05 on Saturday. You got it.
Wow, that's the first I heard of it. All right, Fooey, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's Craig Fooey, ABC 15
Later.
here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. This has been, in the 30-plus years I've been living in the Valley, I've been in sports all my life here, that I'm surprised that the Rattlers aren't more relevant in the sense that anyone's talking about them. I mean, it is the quietest season.
It has been.
I know since they moved to Glendale, that kind of had a lot to do with it. But they're a good football team. They're in the championship.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And, all right, it's my fault maybe to not know that they're in the championship. But I don't even see them. They don't even pop up in my feed.
Yeah.
They're not in my algorithm. And we used to be a sponsor of theirs. They were a sponsor of ours. It's how far things have gone. Kevin Guy used to come
be
on
on
our
the
show
just
every
last year.
week.
Yeah.
And it's just, are people going to games?
Well, they've had, I don't know, 8, maybe 10,000 at games. It's been limited out there at the arena. And then I think that with not be having any kind of TV coverage, just streaming coverage, has hurt them.
Yes. They have to stop. You have to be on television.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to be on radio.
Especially that. Especially the arena.
Go on
indoor
CW,
league.
go on Cox 7, go on something. Go on the Arizona 7 or whatever the channel is. I mean, they got to do something.
Yeah, and the reason why I follow because Dalton Snead, who's a quarterback.
Absolutely.
I've been training him since 8th grade, and Dalton's been doing great. And Jackson knows him, Montana grad as well. But, I mean, that's still the reason I get the blurps every week. And I'm going, so you have to go to a streaming, find it, and watch him, or I watch a replay. Okay. It's hard to follow that without a regular TV
I'm
situation.
sorry, but everyone keeps saying, hey, we're going streaming. That's the world that Jack has been grown up in. Live Tour is most likely going to try to go just streaming next year from CW.
Wow.
I'm sorry, if I can't watch Golf at the Bar,
I agree.
Or I can't watch it on Sunday afternoon on my television, I'm not going to try to find it on streaming.
I would agree.
That's going to destroy it.
And the only reason why I do is because I know to watch Dalton. And
you got to be on television, especially when it comes to sports bars.
Yes.
And you think of the old Arizona Rattler days when Danny White and those, it was on TV. It was a thing.
And Channel 3 was on WB 61 for the longest time.
Yes.
I can tell you this, that last year I went to one of the playoff games, and, of course, they were still downtown at the arena there. They had 14,000 people for that playoff game. And it was nuts.
Irrelevant.
It was fun.
And it was
and
downtown.
I want them to have success.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, I think it's unfortunate. Hey, Casey Walsh from the Sportsbook here at Casino Arizona is going to join us. We're going to break down the AP college football poll that came out. The preseason poll is out, so that means football is here. Week 0 starts on the 24th. We're 12 days away from college football.
Wow.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at G2GBar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Ready for some football? Join our annual Pro Football Pick'em contest today. You could win $5,000 and amazing prizes from Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. Don't miss out on the excitement. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Don't let erectile dysfunction impact your performance. It's a common medical condition and there's no shame in seeking help. Arizona Urology Specialists. Personal care for life's most personal issues. Visit ArizonaURO.com or call 602-887-2160.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription.
Casey, ready?
Choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx.
Stand by.
To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you guys ready?
Time for the best bets, locks, and daily wager picks, courtesy of the CAC Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Now joining the guys is CAC Sportsbook expert Casey Walsh
from Boston,
exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
Anything's possible.
You're live.
All right, we finally got our first AP Top 25 poll of the season, and it looks pretty good. I think we would all agree. Georgia is on top, followed by Ohio State, and then it is Florida State and Utah is your top four, and then it goes Oregon, Texas, Alabama, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, I'm going through a list here, Penn State, Michigan, and Boise State. So, as we mentioned, we are going to be doing a 12-team college football predictor where you can win $20,000 tomorrow, and you will be able to do it up into through week 1, August 29th. That's a Thursday. We'll have more on that tomorrow. We'll break that out right at the top of every hour. We'll break it all down for you. But Casey's here to kind of give us some of the odds when you look at these preseason rankings, as we are all concerned about the college football playoff. That is the world we live in. The AP Top 25 is out. So right now in the corners, the quarterfinals already will be Utah, Georgia, Florida State, and Ohio State. So thanks for joining us.
Of course.
Thanks for coming on. I mean, he opens playing, he's running, here at the casino. So give us the odds of the first, you have the odds in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, give us some of the odds of the first, say the top four, the quarterfinal right now. So it would start today.
So if you're betting it here, our odds, Georgia plus 275, Ohio State at plus 375, Oregon plus 700, and Texas plus 750.
That Oregon is not, that's not a bad bet then at plus 700, right?
Yeah, no, a lot of people are actually, they like Oregon
They like
quite
the
a bit.
Ducks, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Seems to
So
be the,
of those top 25 in there, is there one that you look at, say this could be a good sleeper, could be someone that you may want to take a flyer on, like an Ole Miss at plus, what, 1,600, somewhere around there?
Yeah, we have them at plus 1,500. I like Lane Kiffin. I like Ole Miss. I don't know if they can win it. I think a team that's ranked, say, a little lower than they probably will at the end of the year might be a Missouri. At the plus 4,000, I think they could be a flyer. I personally think that Michigan is too high.
Yes.
I think that Michigan's not going to be as good
That's
as
a
people
consensus
think.
this afternoon.
Yeah. And
even our good buddy Paul Feinbaum. It's like, oh, they're ranked too high at 9.
Yeah, like even me, I would probably I expect them to miss the playoff, to be honest, Michigan. I
They
don't
got a
even
tough
expect
schedule.
them to make it.
What about you look at Utah schedule? We're looking to win the Big 12. Where do you figure them at? Because they're always that team that's always under the radar, but always just playing good football. They're right there at the end of the year.
Yeah, Utah, and we have them at, I believe it's plus like 700.
Okay.
In that one. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. Wow, I was way off. Plus 320 for Utah to win the Big 12. And then we got K-State right there at plus 400.
Well, that'll make
Go
Vince
Cats.
happy. Yeah,
They're
that'll make
way
him happy.
over.
Yeah,
They're
way
overrated.
overrated.
Yeah, I mean,
Plus 7,000 to win the national championship.
Yeah, we'll take it. At least we're in the hunt there.
Yeah.
You look at the usual suspects. From that standpoint, what would cause any of that? I mean, prior to the season starting, any of that to change? When we at least the top 4, top 10.
Massive injury to the quarterback position.
Okay.
That'd be it. That'd be the key spot right there.
Right.
really,
there, yeah.
quarterback position's not the.
You kidding
I mean,
me?
it's not that important.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
just
come on.
the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah, that's it.
They don't get hit. They don't do anything anymore. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Even Alabama, I'm curious how they'll be this year with the coaching change and all that. I think
Do you
they
think
could be
it's
a
going to
little
make
high.
that much of a difference with Kellen DeBoer taking over there? I mean, the talent level for that team is still off the charts.
Yeah, this year I don't think it makes a big impact. I think 2-3 years down the road, I think it has
Okay.
a tremendous impact. I think recruiting wise, I mean, obviously there's NIL money there now that they can throw out, but long term, I think it'll affect them.
Are a lot of people going to jump on Texas? They seem to be like you and I both like the Ducks, but Texas also seems to be the new hot team to take a look at.
Yeah, a lot of people love Texas. They like Quinn Ewers for the Heisman, so they're definitely getting a lot of action.
All right, so there you have it. The AP college football poll is out. All right, let's talk about men's basketball and women's basketball. The odds were very high. I got my ass just handed to me. You got creamed.
You were laying the points?
Yes, because a lot of people like yourself,
not me,
were saying, "Hey, people in your profession." We're just kind of saying, "Oh man, we saw what happened with Serbia. They're going to come out. They're going to prove to everybody that they're just as good as the Dream Team, and they're going to blow them out." That wasn't even the case. It could have went the other way if Steph Curry wasn't on that team. So how'd the book do?
So easy on him now, Casey. Easy.
I mean,
family intervention here with Rock.
I mean, let's be honest. The book did really good on the Olympics.
Sure they did.
Yeah, they did. I know I'm down to 0 in my freaking account.
The men's basketball team covered one game.
It's embarrassing.
The whole tournament.
That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
So, I mean, yeah. I
It's
mean,
a good stat.
Mostly everybody was betting USA. The craziest thing to me was people bet on the USA, but then when they're losing, they're rooting for them to lose.
That's what Rock said on the show. He wanted him to lose.
Why would you root for him to lose?
Because he's PO'd that he's losing his bet.
He's unpatriotic.
No, that's BS.
Yes.
No, I know. But you're right. I mean, I did have those
You're right.
feelings, but I wouldn't say them out loud. I'm not at the bar rooting for, France. But once I realized that I lost my bet, it makes you multiple bets. It makes you really feel bad.
A lot of bets.
Was the women's more surprised than the men's? I mean, look at the international play of the men's versus the women. The women, you thought they'd blow France out. You really did.
Yeah, that game, you really wouldn't think it's competitive at all. That one's a big, big surprise that they only won that game by 1. I mean,
was there a lot of action on the women's game?
Not as much on the women's as
Okay.
there was the men's, just because it was 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to bet it, you had to bet it the night before. Or you had to be up real
Okay.
early to hit the kiosk. But yeah, I mean, there's so many NBA players that play on other teams, other countries now.
Yeah.
Whereas WNBA, they're basically all just America. So that's definitely a big, big surprise.
I'm real curious about.
Treat?
I see,
Really?
That's what that's why I wanted to say that, because
Is that-
these guys
is
bust
that a
on
dollar
me
in
all
a
the
honey
time.
pot? Is that a
Oh,
dollar?
dude, he's
because
the amount
that's
of
it.
times he says he's curious.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're all going to drink for free for a week.
I know that. So that's why I said it. I'm real curious, though, about the wagering aspect of the Olympics, okay? So when you have that, how many sports do you offer up for wagering when it's an Olympic year?
For us, it wasn't a ton of things. It was your soccer. It was your basketball. We didn't have any of like the break dancing or swimming or anything like
And
that.
no track and field.
No track and field.
Okay.
either. So ours was pretty limited on what we offered for the Olympics.
So when that happens, like and I'm just asking here because I'm curious. In Las Vegas, do they take more wagering on Olympics, or is that just what you guys did here at Casino Arizona? Or do you know?
Well, like the sports books aren't typically going to offer as much as say the apps. The apps offer a lot more than like the traditional sports books would offer. But I mean, the handle on that stuff's relatively small. It's not like a football or a basketball game. But there's definitely action on it.
The NFL preseason look as far as the Cardinals and the Saints and all the other games that might have been big bets over the weekend.
So Cardinals actually plus 1.5. They closed at plus 3.5. So people there mixed a little bit, won a little bit. Some people lost because Cardinals only win by 2. The game that was actually big
Rams, I won that one.
Was the
only game I won.
Was a lot of people were on the Cowboys. They opened
never.
at 3.5, closed at 5. Last play of the game.
I was sweating.
A lot of people.
I was sweating.
Stenson Bennett.
Well, I was like, you didn't expect it. It's like, all right, and I think it was 3.5. What was it?
It was 3.5. Probably when you bet it, it closed at 5.
Okay, yeah, I bet it late.
So, but I mean, like for instance, like this coming week, right? Like just a couple games to throw at you. Bears opened at -3. Game's already at 6.5.
Wow.
Who's the other one? Steelers -2.5. Open now they're at 4.5. And the other big jump this week has been the Broncos.
The Bears. I'm
curious.
I'm curious. Is that because of the way that they performed in that first game against Buffalo and what everybody saw from Caleb Williams?
Yeah, definitely.
30?
Definitely had something to do with it. But then the rotations, you'll see him play a little bit more probably this week. So it definitely factors in. I mean, these bets that move these 3-4 points are your professional bettors betting early in the week.
Okay.
That's why I'm just saying, like, you can see the crazy movement that they do.
Casey,
20.
good job as always here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Hour number 3 is next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Need an all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
It's better over here.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Get out of the heat and play at Dukes.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
A huge new game room is open with foosball, pool tables, shuffleboard, darts, and Pop-A-Shot basketball.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With 3 10-foot TV screens and dozens more big screens, you'll find every game you're looking for.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Fall's coming. You have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve, so this fall make a plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Suns' schedule isn't official yet. Reports say they'll play the Clippers at their new Intuit Dome October 23rd to possibly open their season. The Mercury's gold medal-winning trio of Kalia Copper, Brittany Griner, and Diana Taurasi will suit up for the squad on Thursday when they take on the Chicago Sky. The Diamondbacks tapped Brandon Pfaadt for the start at tonight's series opener with the Rockies. Arizona tied with the Padres for the NL's top wild card spot at 66 and 53. And the Cardinals will hold 2 joint practices with the Colts this week ahead of their Saturday matchup. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for a slight chance of seeing an isolated thunderstorm or 2. Temperatures right around 85 degrees with some breezier conditions. And then for your Tuesday, sunny and warm right around 105. For the Fox 10 Weather Experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com.
Your life?
Time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. Final hours. We roll all the way till 4 o'clock. We're here at the CAZ Sportsbook Casino, Arizona. Top headlines are always presented by our great partnership with the CAZ Sportsbook. You can bet the game, you can watch the game, and they are open from 8 in the morning until 11 at night. It is the CAZ Sportsbook at Casino, Arizona. So the Diamondbacks are going to say hello to Colorado coming in here for a series. Manuch, they are coming off a series against the Philadelphia Phillies where once again, like they did last year in the playoffs, it looked like the Snakes owned them.
Yeah, they've got their number, don't they?
They do.
And you got to look at this Phillies team. I mean, their fielding's not that great. Pitching's good. Hitting's good. I thought they did a great job of pitching around Schwarber.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really not giving him a lot to hit, a lot of good pitches to hit. But boy, look at this team since the break, Jimmy. 17-5, 6 straight series wins. I think they got 10 in a row. But since the break, they've got 6 straight series wins. Currently at +4 with the San Diego Padres, folks, in the wild card. Only 3.5 behind the LA Dodgers. Let me say that again. Only 3.5.
Yes.
Behind the LA Dodgers, they and the San Diego Padres both. So now a legitimate contender, if you will, to have a chance and winning the National League West outright with some 6 weeks to go. And, all hands on deck. They're hitting on every level. Everybody, you got the backups coming in and doing a hell of a job. Gurriel with a little bit of a hamstring tweak. Don't know when Gabby Moreno's going to come back. I'm going to say probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks with that groin issue.
Well, there's no need to rush him.
There's not without Castillo.
Are you concerned? Are you concerned about Zach Gallen exiting early?
Well,
cramping. He said he's going to be fine.
Yeah,
but that's that's happened to him before for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's like either get more potassium in your diet or something, or more amino acids, like those amino acid pills we used to take.
Pickle juice,
Yep,
whatever.
that works.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And I think that Ketel Marte will be back sooner rather than later.
Hey, the injuries this team has had this year, especially at starting pitching, to be in the conversation to win the division is remarkable.
Oh, I agree.
Absolutely remarkable. And Mike Hazen, I said this 2 weeks ago, if this team continues, GM of the year. Hands down. What he's been able to do, making these last month deals with Puck and
Josh Bell.
Big.
I
mean, come on, and bringing guys up, and it's remarkable.
It's a very, very solid lineup. And with the guys sprinkled in to get their at-bats, we talked a little bit earlier, Rock. Yeah, about Kevin Newman. Plays every position except for catching.
3 hits.
Yeah, 3 hits.
Yep.
He was at third base. He was a shortstop. He was at first base last week. And
love those guys. You need a guy like that. You need that utility guy, right?
And Christian Walker's still on the shelf.
He is.
So, but you got Josh Bell to pick up that slack.
Yeah.
So you look at the power throughout the lineup, and you look at the guys that are driving the ball. One Jake McCarthy, for example.
I think it's going to be key, and this is how we're going to now look at this team. Continue to win series. There's no reason why you don't sweep or win 2 or 3 from the Rockies. Okay, they could hit a bump and lose one, but other than that, then they got an important road trip. They're in Florida for both the Rays and the Marlins, and then they go up to play Boston. And never easy to play in Boston. Never easy. And then you come back, and then you got the Mets and Dodgers. And then you're on the road to the Giants. So we're going to start looking at this schedule, and that's just games in August. But I'm anxious and curious that if this team can continue to win series, they're going to be right there in the end.
Here's what I find really very interesting, okay, is that in the first half, we're doing the show, and our conversations for the most part were A, about all the injuries, B, can they just stay close to that wild card, that last wild card spot? And if they can get to the All-Star break, then things might start to break their way. Well, all of a sudden, they come out of the All-Star break, and they're the hottest team in Major League Baseball, and they have moved to 3.5 games trailing the front-running Dodgers in the division.
Well, and Corbin Carroll, I want to talk about him because he's starting to crush the ball.
Finally.
For a guy that had, you talked about earlier, Manuch, like 2 home runs in 87 games, and then now he's got 9 over the last 28 games. He's hitting opposite fields. He's hitting consecutive games. If he now is getting ready to make that turn, I don't know if he's there yet. Okay, he's hitting the long ball, but he's still. We need to get him on base because where he had a lot of success last year, he get on base and he'd steal base, and he was a threat. If he can just continue that, and this team can stay healthy, there is no reason why they can't win a division. But you still got a Dodger team that, like you said earlier, Mookie Betts is back. He's going to be back, and that's going to be a big change for them. That's going to get that club pretty excited to start winning some baseball games again. But I'm a little nervous about San Diego. They've been kind of quiet this season, and now all of a sudden they're right there tied with Arizona.
They won 7 in a row, had that streak snapped yesterday when they finally lost, but they are playing very good baseball, the Padres.
And you look at the last week, if you will, you got the Giants and Padres in the last week of September, and you look at, vying for the National League West is great. Okay, it'd be a bonus if the Diamondbacks can win that. But again, the wild card is San Diego, as you mentioned, who won 8 out of the last 10, and the Diamondbacks won 8 out of the last 10, are both at +4, which is pretty good. But the Dodgers, who have only won 4 out of the last 10, they will get healthy. They will get back on track. But I'd love to see a 3-horse race there for the National League West, because I think what happens is it keeps, whether the Diamondbacks win the National League West or not, it keeps them competitive in the hunt to remain in that wild card spot. And that's going to be the main key for that.
ESPN just posted a story that I thought was quite interesting. On June 15th, it was like 70-game mark. There were 4 teams that were on a 105-game pace, which that's a lot of wins, right?
Yes.
Yankees, Orioles, Guardians, Phillies. And then you had the Dodgers that were just under 100-win pace. Here, you look back and you look at the records of these teams since then. Dodgers are the only one that are over 500 at 26-20.
Wow.
Orioles 24-25. Guardians 500. Phillies 22-26. Yankees 20-26. How about that? So you look at that. Then you have teams like the Diamondbacks and the Padres, and there are those Astros and Mets there too, are starting to now turn it on and now on pace to win 100 games.
And you look at some of the other teams that they've got. You got the Milwaukee Brewers, who are in contention. And the thing about, you got them twice, as a matter of fact, but you look at, the Rockies coming in, you hope they win the 2 out of 3 series. And I'm sure Torey Lovullo in his own certain way said, look, you can't take anybody lightly, especially the Rockies. Big win yesterday that they came back and won that 9-8.
Yeah, they
came out of nowhere.
They were down like 8-0.
Yeah, but you know what? It's good to see. When a Gurriel goes down, you have somebody else step up. Alec Thomas is healthy. Gurriel's got a little bit of a hand issue. Hopefully he's only out for maybe a week, if that. But as guys have gotten tweaked here, with Moreno being, with that groin, Del Castillo, as well as he's playing, you got interchangeable parts. And your point, Rock, about Mike Hazen being able to have those interchangeable parts for this Diamondback team is the success and the way he's blended that together. And then for Lovullo to make sure everybody gets their at-bats, to make sure that they stay fresh, they stay hot. Jake McCarthy, he's in the lineup. You're going to play him out until he, starts to struggle. But Corbin Carroll, if he can get back to just a resemblance of what we saw last year as far as hitting, that's another piece. So if Gurriel's out, you got Carroll and you got Thomas and you got Jake McCarthy. You got that outfield with the speed and as well as their hitting. And then if Christian Walker struggles another couple weeks getting healthy,
still have Josh Bell.
Josh Bell or Kevin Newman can go over there and spell him.
Right.
So you've got every position you look at, and Suarez is finally coming on, be more consistent. Everything is pretty much covered. And then with the starting rotation getting healthier and healthier, Erod had a good outing. Merrill Kelly, a very good outing. And those guys starting to solidify going into the last 6 weeks of the season, setting you up for that last week's run of, I'm not going to say that they're in for sure, but it seems like they're in for sure as far as a wild card. But to go in that National West of how far this team's come, it's going to be phenomenal for what the injuries they've had.
A lot of MVP talk as of late, as a bunch of sports books, one in particular, the BetMGM sports book, put Ohtani at minus 1,400 to be the MVP in the National League right now, with Marte now all the way up to plus 600. Bryce Harper is third. Francisco Lindor is fourth, or excuse me, tied at plus 4,000. And then a few guys after that. So the odds are starting to shift a little bit to Marte. And I think we have this discussion every time we bring it up, DH versus position player.
Yes.
But how great would it be if Ketel Marte could catch Shohei Ohtani in the MVP race in the National League?
Be well deserved.
Awesome.
Very well deserved.
Yeah, I think Ohtani.
But this little injury.
Ohtani,
well, he'll be fine.
Ohtani will have to crash and burn to not win it. That's my guess. This season are still locked in on what Shohei does night in and night out, but he's only doing it in one aspect of the game, not both aspects.
If the Diamondbacks were to overtake, because of the publicity, the Dodgers, Ketel Marte, who's a huge part of that, continues to have the kind of numbers he's putting up, and they overtake, that might shift.
That might shift it.
And the thing that he's a position player, versus Ohtani being the DH, I think that might shift. But I think what's going to have to happen, Jimmy, from your standpoint, to sway those is that the Diamondbacks to overtake the Dodgers, and win that, and to have them get through in the first place, seeing that what he's done on a national basis, like, wow, this kid's a hell of a fielder. He's pretty much getting it done at the plate, and he's hitting home runs when it counts. He's a clutch hitting guy, and Ohtani is too. But I think the position scenario would out trump that if they overtake the Dodgers and win the National League West.
Coming up, we are going to take you back to Saturday night at State Farm Stadium. I almost said Chase, as we talk some Saints and Cardinals, and then former Cardinal receiver Frank Sanders. We're out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. As congratulations to them, as Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort voted the Valley's richest and best rewards, as voted by AZ Central's Best of the Desert. So congratulations to all the employees here in Casino Arizona and Talking Stick for that award. We'll continue right here from the CAZ Sportsbook. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Santan Loop 202 westbound, right near Arizona Avenue. Some debris blocking the middle lane. Also, Bell Road east of 67th Avenue, an accident. 19th Avenue, south of Camelback Road. Watch for an injury collision there.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies. During their back-to-school event, learn how Dell Technologies is helping underserved communities around the world. Make a difference with Dell and shop AI-ready PCs powered by Snapdragon X Series processors at Dell.com/deals.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is upon us. Be proactive today. Go to state48roofing.com. Scan the QR code below. We want to take care of you. Be proactive. Get your maintenance done. We are home of the hashtag sexy roof status.
Get ready to turn heads with Arizona Color Vehicle Wraps, the original vehicle wrap shop. Your one-stop shop for business branding, vehicle wraps, and graphics. Our in-house graphic design team specializes in everything from food trucks to business fleets, RVs, cargo trailers, and side-by-sides. Ready to elevate your brand? Call Arizona Color Vehicle Wraps at 623-580-7386 or get a quick quote online at ArizonaColorWraps.com. One call wraps it all.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Regal. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu.
I have the Cardinals audio broken down into 5 different audios, okay?
A family and catering tradition.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale to roll around. And it'll be here this weekend. Maybe you're looking to fill out that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
Former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the
And save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
All right, let's get the volume on in here. Did you figure that out? Cardinals preseason play. 16-14 loss to the Saints. Marvin Harrison Jr., he looked great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, didn't he? I mean, one drive, ran one route, no targets. I'm pretty excited about what we're going to see this year,
Spectacular.
Right? But we're going to get into some of the highlights, lowlights, whatever you may want to call it. Desmond Ridder, who started a quarterback, and he had 39 yards rushing, 43 yards passing. He was 4 of 9. He was sacked twice. If you look at these first half stats for the Cards, 27 plays, no points, 4 first downs. But we'll start off with here's one of the positive plays with his legs.
See Clayton Tune in the second half at quarterback. Ridder stepping up, taking off. Got a lane inside the 30. And Ridder to about the 21. Gain of 21.
What you think, Manuch? You're the quarterback.
I didn't, okay, he can run. I want to see him move up in the pocket and throw the ball. I want to see him scramble, pull up, throw, get the ball downfield. He's a veteran quarterback, 3-4 years
3 years now. Yep.
Yeah, so, a little more accuracy out of him. And when you feel that pressure as far as the sacks are concerned, you say you got sacked twice, get rid of the football. He felt that heat. Get rid of the ball. He just seems like maybe it's about the offense or the offense.
I was going to offer this up, and you kick me in the shins if you think I'm all wrong on this. But this is because he's with a brand new team, new offense, new terminology. All that factors in, doesn't it?
All the above, and I think that he knows he's fighting for a backup role.
Sure.
So he's saying, well, I'll run for it. We know you can run. We got that. We understand you run. You're an athlete.
Yep.
I want to see you make
But
plays.
he probably watched a lot of your preseason videos.
Here's the thing.
Isn't that what you did a lot?
But I
love to run because you had some wheels.
You had wheels.
But what I started to learn is once I kept my head up, started throwing the ball down the field when I had that success. So the coaches liked, hey, we know you can run. So let's get your eyes up. Let's throw the ball down the field. And I think, to your point, new offense, all the above, but just he hasn't, what I understand, Has not looked sharp at practice.
Okay.
And I think that resonated on Saturday night.
Quick timeout when it comes to our sound. We'll get right to it. Jasmine, hang out. I gotta point out something. I know we're on video and all that stuff, but we're streaming and all that good stuff. But do you use your laptop to eat lunch with?
No.
Then what is all this crap on this laptop that I bought you? I mean,
it looks like spilled coffee.
You don't even drink coffee. So
I do in the morning when I'm working on the show.
So no respect for the Chromebook I bought you? I mean, I've never seen anybody's laptop that dirty.
What? Don't be afraid to wipe it off once
Jax,
in a while.
take a picture of this and post it and say, can anybody show us a laptop dirtier than what Jimmy B has?
It's just
brand new laptop.
It's
I
just
got
the keypad. That's it.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It looks like coffee splashed.
No, you look
on
at you have the number of the escape button. You got buttons all over here. The pad.
Roc's a clean freak, Jimmy.
No, I'm not. I'm just respectful to the equipment we spent all this money on.
You did.
All right, let's continue. Let's stay with the quarterback position in Clayton Tune, who finished 15 of 24, 163 yards, 1 touchdown. Here is a nice play to Tony Jones, a 10-yard reception that pushed Arizona ahead.
Arizona with a 3rd down and 6. 2 minutes gone by here in the 3rd quarter. Tune on the run and delivers another strike. Whiteheart pulls it in, and it's a 1st down at the 30-yard line.
So watching Tune move and on the run, getting his eyes on that play instead of taking off, we know he can run. So throwing the ball down the field, throwing on the run, finally right open, the running back coming in the backfield for a touchdown. I mean, Tune looked more comfortable, knows the offense better than Ritter, but it seems I had more command of it, even though he got sacked just twice as well. But I liked his presence, his moving up the field, a couple of runs that necessarily, and then throwing the ball down the field off the runner, off scrambling situation.
All right, I'm going to disagree because I didn't like either one with what I saw. And look, it is the first game of the preseason, the exhibition season. First game. Lots of things go wrong in first games. However, I will say this. If this coaching staff doesn't see a guy distinguish himself enough to move ahead and claim that number 2 spot, Manuch, do they go shopping prior to the beginning of the regular season?
Answer your first question. I think Tune separated himself,
already.
Yeah. Now, to your other point, I'd be very nervous to go into a season if they figure Ritter's not the answer. To have a young guy like Clayton Tune as your backup, I would go take a look to see what's out there, what veteran quarterbacks are out there.
Yep. So when do we find out? I know they're playing within each joint practice Wednesday or Thursday if he's going to get the nod.
Yeah, I think that unfortunately they will have at least a good 2 weeks before the regular season. Once that third preseason game is over, they'll have 2 weeks. If they feel that what we have is not going to suffice for us, at that point you either trade or see who's out there that they feel comfortable with that's more of a veteran experience or veteran presence.
So will the Cardinals have 5 running backs on their roster? Here's one that's trying to be that 5th. If it is 5, Michael Carter and his rushing touchdown on Saturday night.
Tune sometimes would come in as a backup as he hands it off and into the end zone for the touchdown is Michael Carter.
Kid ran solid, ran hard, second, third team, ran hard. I thought they really emphasized the running game with that 145 yards rushing. I thought that, he's kind of that kid on the bubble, if you will. You look at, basically with Connors and you got Benson's foregone conclusion. I thought he's just trying to find himself, but he's got speed. But I thought the move that Carter made to bounce outside and get the touchdown was a nice run. So I think running back wise, they'll keep at least 4, maybe 1 on the practice squad. DeMarcado, he'll come back off his injury. I think he's going to probably be the number 2. Benson probably number 3, and then Carter just fighting for a spot on the roster.
And then the Cardinals make a game of it. If you stayed for the whole game, you got to see this. Tony Jones Jr.
with Cardinal backups on defense. Tune dumping it off. Inside the 5 is Jones. Hits the pylon. It's a touchdown. And the Cardinals have tied the game.
And he found him quickly. I like the read was quick. Coming out of the backfield like a flare route, if you will. Got it to him. Gets in and barely scores. And I'm just so very interested in knowing in reference to touchdowns when your shoulder pad without the ball hits the pylon. If there's a new rule one way or the other.
I thought the ball had to be across the line.
I did too.
To the line. Yeah.
So that was very all right, it's preseason. We'll give it
we'll
to
just
him.
go.
So working the 2-minute drill, Spencer Rattler from Phoenix drives down the field. They kick the winning field goal with 5 seconds remain, and Cardinal fans leave State Farm unhappy. Here's the winning Saints field goal.
It's perfect. 5 seconds left. New Orleans in front, 16-14.
Yeah, there you have it. And all those sound was courtesy of Cardinals Television Network, CBS 5 on Saturday night with Pash and Wolf.
Nice to see Spencer Rattler lead that 2-minute drive, so to speak, bring him down.
How great is that? You have all your friends watching?
Yeah, you got to love that. I mean, family, friends, everybody. And you know what? Between he and Haener, they'll go back and forth. They'll try to figure out who's going to be the backup to Derek Carr. You always have Taysom Hill as the insurance, if you will, that can always come in there. But for Spencer, a nice job, lead the team, find the throw, that nice back shoulder throw he had on that drive. But Jack Haener at the end of the first half, that deep shot down the field to get him in field goal range. But it's fun to see some of these young men that we've been seeing and grow here in the Valley have success.
I want to ask you, Manuch, when you watch Spencer Rattler, and I get it. It's first preseason game, his first game ever in an NFL jersey. What do you see different in him now than when he first was in college? The overall on the field, Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I think, look, he's a bigger kid, obviously.
Okay.
Really didn't drive the ball down the field, only 5 yards per average. But I think that you see is he seems to have control. It doesn't seem, too big for him as far as the offense is concerned, because he's got a lot of reps in college. So I think it wasn't too big for him.
And he played big games playing at South Carolina.
And the very decisive throws on the run, a couple times on the run. And I think confidence throwing the ball and it not really bothering him. It's an NFL game. I think those are some things I saw in Spencer Rattler. And to have that success, and that boosts a lot of confidence with that coaching staff. You see a young guy take you right down the field, even though it's preseason, for a game-winning field goal. And they had mentioned, I think we talked to Mike Haas, the play-by-play voice of the Saints, said that he did that on, was it last week on the Thursday prior to them coming up. Same exact thing, 2-minute offense was very impressive. So he's starting to open up eyes in the Saints organization.
So on Saturday night, Morgan Wallen and Mike Tyson and Tom Brady did that famous walk for his show, right? He's a country music guy. He's a guy that threw a chair off the building in Nashville. A lot of people thought Tom Brady looked a little weird wearing that Raiders hat.
He wants to be partial owner.
Well, he's a partial owner.
He's a minority state.
Minority state.
Why wouldn't he wear that?
If you're a Pats fan, even a Bucks fan,
well,
you got to be wondering.
He's got more.
Maybe he's coming out of retirement again.
Well, you got to remember, he's got more invested in the Raiders than he does in the Patriots. Sorry about that. I couldn't resist. But he does actually.
That wasn't even funny. Why
he invested his money.
See, the thing what you got to realize when you say that, you just got to let it go. Let it
flow. Okay.
Yeah. But when you point it out, then it's not funny.
Well, I slowed that down for you, Rock. Just make sure you
I don't need to slow down. I'm pretty good. I'm always in fifth gear. Frank Sanders will get his takeaways from the Cards' loss to the Saints next as we continue from the CAZ Sports Buckets. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Behold.
Clear?
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Entering play today, the Diamondbacks are tied with the Padres for the NL's top wild card spot at 66-53. They'll put Brandon Pfaadt on the bump for tonight's series opener with the Rockies. The Cardinals will conduct 2 joint practices with the Colts at their facility this week ahead of their Saturday matchup. The Suns' schedule not out yet, but reports say they'll play the Clippers at their new Intuit Dome home October 23rd to possibly open their season. And the Mercury's gold medal-winning trio of Taurasi, Griner, and Copper suit up for the squad on Thursday against the Chicago Sky. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for a slight chance of seeing an isolated thunderstorm or 2. Temperatures right around 85 degrees with some breezier conditions. And then for your Tuesday, sunny and warm right around 105. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is here, which means my team and I are ready to serve you and your family. Go to state48roofing.com, scan the QR code below. We'll see you up on your roof.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Here comes the money.
Hey, it's Jax, co-host of Take the Points, the only local sports gambling radio show in Arizona. Tune in every Saturday from 11 to 1, live right here from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Let's cash some tickets.
Need an all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. The Paris Games are over, and the U.S. women shone bright in the City of Lights. U.S. women earned 74 of Team USA's 126 medals. That's 58.7%. And it was American women who claimed 27 of Team USA's 40 golds. That's 67.5% of the medals earned in both women's events and mixed gender events. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X
He's
card
ready.
from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on everything you buy. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
He played 8 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. The Sandman.
It is caught. Touchdown Auburn! Sanders caught it! Touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Auburn!
Frank Sanders joins Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch. Now on Fox Sports 9.
Your life?
Got Jimmy B as well. All right, Marvin Harrison Jr. All right, give us a grade there, Frank. One drive. Ran one route, no targets. What do you get? Scale 1 to 10, 10 being the best.
And be fair now. Be fair, Frank.
What are you giving him for his first professional outing?
I'm gonna give him 10+. I'm gonna give him a 10 without a doubt. He didn't jump off sides. He remembered to play. He had his helmet on.
He had his helmet on. He remembered his pads.
Yeah, he showed up. He came on time. I love this guy already.
I like Frank. I like the little press coverage on him. Just hey, welcome to the National Football League. That little safety, that little corner got up on him, and that little hand battle. But there'll be more of that as the season goes on. Correct?
No, absolutely, man. Look, everyone knows right now that the Cardinals have some real talented receivers. Guys that are tall, rangy. They got some body. They got some body to them with some quickness. They can make big plays on you at any time. The back shoulder throw, I'm pretty sure you, Manuch, would love to use with these two guys that we got out there on as our bookends. But look, they're going to get their chance to be welcome to the NFL. A lot of teams are going to challenge them primarily because they got to see what Kyler can do. They got to see how offensive line can hold up, if it can hold up. And I think, man, if Drew's going to call some great plays and put guys in good motions, put them in motion, then it's going to make for a long day for them if they don't if they don't move those guys around.
How beneficial will it be to see that with the Colts this week? They're going to have 2 practices, see that competition come from other defensive backs. I'm sure they'll do 1-on-1s and 7-on-7s, but if they do team scrimmages without hitting, to see that, how he gets off the ball versus the Colts defensive backs.
The 1-on-ones versus another team is going to be epic. Like, that's what you look forward to, because you know this is actually practice, but the very nature that is practice goes out the window, because it's another team, it's another jersey, and it's someone trying to prove them points against you to see if you're ready for the National Football League. Of course, some guys might go in zone minute, some guys might go up in the press, but if you're starting cornerback on the other side of the football field, you have to go up and press this guy. You have to show him what you're capable of. But more importantly, Marvin has to welcome the challenge, and I'm pretty sure his entire time coming out of Ohio State, knowing that the targets on those guys' back, man, he knows what it feels like to be that guy and getting press coverage. But I've seen his footwork. I'm impressed with it, and I don't think he's going to have a problem with it.
Frank, don't you think that the Colts cornerbacks even are frothing about to be the guy that goes and covers them? You know how those defensive backs are. Let me have him. But that's going to be beneficial for him to see the best wanting to cover him, don't you think?
Without a doubt. Look, every rep makes a difference. I'm pretty sure by now, and this happened to me in my rookie year. Buddy Ryan, when I went to rookie camp, and I kind of had a really good rookie camp, they didn't care about that, because they knew I was one of the top draft picks anyway, so it didn't matter. I just didn't have to mess it up. Rock, all I had to do is bring my helmet, make sure I had my cleats on the right foot, make sure my gloves was there. Versus the rookies, that was fine. But more importantly, when you get a chance to go against the big guys and the veterans, those are the ones that's going to be playing. And so, look, when he gets ready to go out there and practice, and those guys are going to want to work against him, because they want to see if he's the guy, if he's that first-round draft pick, or is he just a bust, or was he covered up by great talent at Ohio State? So he's going to get the reps. But more importantly, for him mentally and emotionally, it's a good chance to say, welcome to the NFL, bro. Like, this is not college. These are real men out here that are solid at their technique. They study you the entire game, not just 1 or 2 plays, and they're trying to find your weaknesses. So this practice for all parties involved is going to be some good work for the Cardinals.
Frank Sanders is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. So I'll follow up. How much do you take away from an opening game? I'll give you a couple of examples. The Bears fans are already over the moon. They think they're going to win the Super Bowl with what Caleb Williams did in his opener. The same can be said for the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. People just go crazy, and it's an exhibition game with not all of the top players playing, Frank. So what do you take away from a game one?
More importantly, I take away, which I've learned to love more about our coaching staff. And I think as a fan of the game, and you guys as well, you watched our coaching staff coach 4 quarters of football. It came down to the last minute, and how about this here? JG decides to put the ice the kicker, man. Just like, this is a preseason game, and he iced the kicker. So they're coaching 4 quarters of football. But look at our team. Like, our team went out and played every rotation of guys that came in on offense or defense. They knew they knew their assignments. They were solid about what they wanted to do. They were solid about what they were being told to do. They went out and made plays. And I just got to take it from that standpoint that once you see your coach and your coaches call plays and put guys in position, and these are the guys that they're trying to make the team. They want to see if they can make the team. To me, more importantly, I saw our coaches coach, man. And I think that's such an underrated thing, man. When you're looking at when you have talent, but if you don't coach that talent to be ready for 4 quarters of football or 17 games, that's the difference. And I think just watching our coaching staff, they repeated this last year when they got here and they coached 4 quarters of football. I keep saying that because I know the value of it. And when you got young guys on our team, they got to realize that they got a fighting chance, man, no matter what. And I think that was impressive to see out our coaching staff. They moved guys, they put guys in the right spot, guys made plays, but they didn't quit, man. I like that.
But Frank, with only the 3 preseason games, what do you need to see these next 2 games of preseason, since they'll have 2 weeks off prior to the opening season, in order to give you some confidence that maybe this team is hitting on all cylinders or has improved from last year?
Watching our running game, just offensively, our running game needs to kind of be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more, impactful. this game last week, I mean, just watching it, we had running backs that made big plays. There was guys down the field making some runs that I was impressed with. So I want to say about our running game, the physicalness and the toughness has to start trying to ramp up because our normal practices are so light and they're non-contactual. So those things you just kind of miss and you walk through as you're doing these pre-practices before you get into the season. But when you're in the game, you gotta make it physical. You gotta make it tough. You gotta make guys gotta want to go out there and make plays. Defensively, our guys gotta fly around, man, and they look good. We got some guys that can get to that quarterback pretty good. And so, to me, I just want to see it ramp up, getting more physical. I want to see the guys when they get a chance to make those plays. And I see we got a beautiful battle, man, at quarterback position. So that just puts a little bit more fire on the collar, man. Not to be half-assing it, making. Go out and make plays, man, and give you guys the best chance to go out there and win some ball games.
I know stats aren't something you're going to look back at, what happened on, August 10th, but no penalties for either team on Saturday. And the penalties, Cardinals only had 7. And that's something that they've had issues in the past is penalties that always hurt them. But no turnovers in a preseason game. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's something positive to kind of look at when you're looking at the film the next day.
No, you're absolutely right, man. That's hella coaching and guys paying attention to detail. The value of making it in the NFL is huge. The value of making it on an NFL team is, it's huge. But one thing you look back at yourself and say, I gave myself the best chance. I didn't mess it up because I wasn't there mentally. I wasn't alert. I didn't know the assignments or the game just was too fast. You got to give good kudos to the coaching staff, man, for getting those guys ready to play. It's hard to do, but when the guys want to do it, then they go out and do it, and then you just see you reap the benefits of that.
And I know every once in a while we talk a little defense. It's good therapy for us to talk a little defense once in a while, Frank. But Darius Robinson, the kid can bring. What do you play? 8 plays. The kid showed some athleticism. I got to tell you, he was bringing it.
Look, I'm impressed, man. I'm watching our coaching staff. I'm watching Monty put together a team. Last year we saw it. I cannot, overemphasize the fact that we, as the Cardinal fans, us in the media, you guys got a chance to, constantly talk about getting rid of Steve Kimes, bringing in new coaching staff, guys that's going to coach 4 quarters of football, guys that's going to, pay attention to the details and the small things. But when you look at how we've gone through the draft, and Monty's gone through the draft and brought players in with some athletic ability, some range, some body, some ability, some agility with speed. You need that in this game right now. And when you get the young kid to go out there and make some plays, that's got to feel real good to him because he can trust the coaching, but also he trusts his instinct. And I think that's a beautiful thing to see.
Frank Sanders is our guest. Frank, I want you to answer this for me. What are we going to see then if they're going to practice with the Colts those couple of days? What will we see then in game 2 in your estimation? What should fans look for?
I think it depends on if Kyler gets in rotation, but I'm not even going to put it on Kyler. I think you should see our receiving core. I think you should see more plays down the field, more attempts for down the field because now teams got to pay attention to our running game, and I think that's something that we've established that we do have a running game between our 1-2 punch and Carter and Benson. So far, we haven't even brought Connor, JC, off the bench from that standpoint. But I think you can start seeing us start to move into our play action situation, throwing the ball more down the field, trying to see if these guys can go out there and make big plays between the posts and these back shoulder throws, man, for goal routes and things like that. So I hope to see that next week when you start seeing, because you want to see Marvin get more plays. You want to see your veterans kind of come out and start showing that little sense of continuity, whether that be on offense and defense. And I think once you see that, I mean, you'll start getting a good idea of what kind of team we have. I'm looking forward to seeing them go against the Colts. The Colts got an explosive quarterback in Richardson, their first round draft pick. Maybe if he plays, that's going to be good for our defense. That'll be good. That'll be some good reps on that part. But more importantly, we got to start making plays downfield. We got to be the explosive ones that threaten teams with the idea that the Cardinals are not just going to dink and dunk, but that we also can get that ball down the field and make some explosive plays for touchdowns.
So it sounds like you're leaning 14 wins, 15 wins on the season.
Oh, without a doubt. You already know it, brother. Look, the season has started, but it hasn't started. But the hope is, I mean, it is already, man. I'm like 8 weeks in with hope that this team could be something special because of the talent that's there. So could it be 14 wins, Rock? I know you and I would drink a bottle of tequila without a problem together if they get 14
Was that
wins.
a Yogi? Was that a Yogiism? The season has started, but it hasn't started. Is that a Yogi Bearism right there that you stole somewhere?
Hey, boo-boo.
Love you, Frank. Have a good week, buddy.
See you, Yogi.
All right, brothers. Have a good one.
That's good. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. That's Frank Sanders here on the Right to It Against line. Appreciate him talking some Cardinals.
Well,
pretty optimistic as a lot of people are right now, and you should be.
Yeah, and I think the main thing is, he wants, with these backup quarterbacks, that's all we're going to see since Kyler's in bubble wrap for the rest of the preseason.
Pretty much.
That's unbelievable.
It is. It really is, Rock. It drives me nuts. So this kid, he only played 8 games. I mean, you don't need to get your continuity down with all the. I think every starting quarterback in National Football, I got to believe, is pretty much playing. You saw Derek Carr start. Saw Patrick Mahomes going for a series. Some of the best. Josh
Allen played.
I mean, and he's not going to play. I mean, okay. But all that being said, pumping the ball, I think what Frank wants to see is at least let's try to drive the ball down the field with this receiving core, no matter who the quarterback is that's in there. But I think it's a disservice. I really do. My opinion that Kyler Murray is not playing at all during the preseason to try to get some of that timing and continuity down and have to be 3, 4, 5 games in the regular season before you finally get him.
Well, where to go? We're Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the Casino Arizona Sportsbook.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Sponsored by Redbird Farms Chicken. Turn up the flavor with Redbird Farms Chicken. Available at your local grocer. Our chicken is juicy, tender, and delicious. Just like the iHeartRadio Music Festival, our chicken hits all the right notes and brings people together. Redbird Farms Chicken. What real chicken tastes like.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Had a disabled vehicle partially blocking the off-ramp from I-17 northbound to the westbound I-10 stack. Also, we got a bad crash on 19th Avenue just south of Camelback Road. 16th Street at Jefferson Street, that's the site of another collision. Watch for units on scene there.
This report is sponsored by Desert Diamond West Valley. Arizona's finest casino organization is hiring hundreds for its new destination. It's Desert Diamond White Tanks at San Lucie, opening later this year. Visit ddcaz.com to learn about the hundreds of opportunities. That's ddcaz.com to learn more.
Attention drivers. Drive smart, Arizona. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, reminds you to follow the Move Over law. When you see emergency vehicles, move over and slow down. Keep our roads safe for all. Brought to you by All City Towing.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Twin Peaks wants to upgrade your home viewing experience with a new big screen TV. Enter for a chance to win your choice of a smart TV up to 85 inches by texting PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates may apply. That's PEAKS to 59925.
In a recent survey, when people were asked who they thought the best personal injury attorney in Arizona was, more than 9 out of 10 people chose Lerner & Rowe. In fact, Lerner & Rowe has been voted best personal injury attorney in Arizona for the past 9 years. Our experience, reputation, and proven results have made it possible for us to recover billions of dollars for over 150,000 injured people. At Lerner & Rowe, getting you the best result is what we do best. Hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck and need a check? Call us today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Get out of the heat and play at Duke's.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
A huge new game room is open with foosball, pool tables, shuffleboard, darts, and Pop-A-Shot basketball.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With 3 10-foot TV screens and dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Gain sent bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain scent beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, "Sir, your scent maraca smell amazing." Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain scent beads. Try Gain scent beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe. Voted Arizona's best law firm.
All right, Lerner and Rowe, one call is Jimmy B.
What?
Yeah, you're the one call today.
I am?
We're going to go back to you about this laptop that you got in front of you. We had to post it on.
So you're calling him out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I called him out an hour ago. He still hasn't cleaned it.
Well, I can't clean it. We're doing the show. I'll clean it. I'll clean it tonight.
You always get up to the bathroom. You go get a
when you
go
see
get a
me
towel.
tomorrow. When you see me tomorrow, I'll have it cleaned.
Promise?
Yeah.
All right. That's your
You
homework.
won't. You won't see me.
That's I will have somebody take a picture.
Okay,
you know?
fine. That's fine.
So, Lerner Rowe, one call. That's all. We will give them a double shot tomorrow since we did not give them a Lerner Rowe one call. But that's on me. Apologize for that, I guess. What else you got going on, Manuch? Give us the update on the State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day.
Double shot of it today. Again, you go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Who is your favorite D-backs player since the All-Star break? Is it Ketel Marte, Jake McCarthy, Adrian Del Castillo, or other? And currently, Ketel Marte at 75%, followed by Jake McCarthy at 25%. Del Castillo, another at 0. And then our second one is, do you feel the D-backs can now win the National League West outright? Again, go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. You can vote either yes, hitting on all levels, or no, Dodgers too talented. Yes, hitting on all levels at 64.3%, followed by no, the Dodgers too talented, 35.7%.
D-backs tonight, 6:40. 3-game set with the Rockies. One they should sweep, you hope, or at least take 2 or 3. Then they'll hit the road and be in Florida. They got the Rays and Marlins and then Red Sox.
Yeah, Brandon Font taking the bump against Quantrill. Tomorrow, the D-backs, this is interesting. They got Rodriguez taking the start for the Diamondbacks. I thought Merrill Kelly played very, very well. Now, whether they're going to plug him in one way or the other. And they also found out Ryan Nelson will not be sent back down to AAA.
So not.
Yeah, he's played very well
After that last performance.
So they're looking for the 6-man rotation,
right?
Or in order to have 2 extra guys there. Very good. But right now the rotation is Font tonight, Rodriguez mañana, and then Montgomery on Wednesday before they have finally an off day on Thursday before they head back to Tampa Bay.
The AP Top 25 poll was released today, and how about the Wildcats? Number 21 in the nation.
Gotta like that. You know, it's
Wait a minute. Aren't there 2 Wildcats?
Well, the K-State Wildcats.
That's what I was just going to say.
That's the only one that we really care about.
Well, Manuch, you know how he is.
Yeah, for U of
So
A.
you look at the conference, the Big 12 conference, they are the 4th best behind Utah, Oklahoma State, and Kansas State. Well, not Utah. Utah.
Yeah, I know. You have to look at it a couple of times.
You really do. Like, I'm looking at the Big 12 here, and I'm like, all right,
Utah,
Arizona,
what?
Baylor, BYU is the one that I keep forgetting, in the Big 12. Okay, all the other ones I can get. West Virginia, I still think Big East or just East Coast.
ACC, yeah.
But
it's going to take a little while. I mean, even people that we've had on this show and we've talked to them about it. I have to check myself once in a while to make sure I'm talking about the right team in the right conference.
Well, when you have so many changes that all starting this year, it's like Oklahoma and Texas. Remember, they're going to the SEC.
And
you look at Oklahoma and you go, oh, that's right. They're moving on.
Then Washington and Oregon, they're gone.
Yeah, USC, UCLA.
Yep. Power 4, it's Georgia right now. It was ranked number 1, followed by Ohio State, Oregon, Texas. 5 is Alabama, Mississippi, Notre Dame at 7, Penn State, 9 is Michigan and Florida State. So if it would end today, because of the Power 4, it would be Georgia, Ohio State, Utah, and Florida State in the quarterfinal of the 12-team playoff. Now, tomorrow we will tell you that we are going to make an official announcement. I can tease it right now in that we are going to do something that we've never done before because it's never been a playoff of 12 teams. but I think a lot of people are going to be pretty excited about what we are going to do here.
3.
And it is going to be a predictor game. All right. And what that means is you are going to have an opportunity to predict the 12 teams in the playoff. Okay. And you will have 3 ways to win. You predict all 12 teams and win $1,000. Predict all 12 in order and you win 10,000.
What?
If you pick all 12 in order and the champion, you're going to get 20 grand. And it's free. It's all going to be
I'm
online.
signing up for that.
We'll send you all the information tomorrow. And it's only up to 1,000 entries. First
1,000, that's
1,000
it?
people.
Wow.
Yep. And you're going to have to do it in the next 2 weeks because we will close it on Thursday, the 29th of August. So we've never done this before. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to, kind of build some awareness for what's going on with this playoff. Calling it the College Football Playoff 12-team predictor. Again, you get all 12 teams, $1,000. 12 in order, 10,000, and then all 12 in order and the champion, $20,000. It's going to be so hard.
Yes, it
There's
is.
so many sleepers. There's teams you
There
don't
are.
expect.
Yep.
Like Iowa State comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, they could,
somebody
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You just don't know. I just be curious if a non-Power
How
5,
curious are you?
Power 4 school, very curious. It's one of those things where you hear a word all the time, it sticks, and you just can't get it out because, Jimmy, you're always curious.
I am. That's me.
The thing that I'm looking at, the thing I'm curious about, is you can almost go chalk. But to your point, Rocky, okay, but there's got to be somebody that's going to make a move. Is it Okie State takes over Utah, K-State, whatever?
But it's just somebody outside the 4.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a good question from the standpoint of who's out there.
4 right now again. What was that again? Georgia,
Ohio State, Florida State, Utah in the quarterfinals.
in the quarterfinals. Yeah. I'm telling you that you better look out for the Oregon Ducks.
1.
I'm just saying
that's not
a
stretch.
Well, I know,
I mean,
but
they're
they are
ranked
but they're
third.
not. But they're not.
And they're in the Big Ten.
All right, not in that.
That's not a hot
Well,
take. Hey, Rock, I got this.
I wasn't delivering a hot
SEC
take.
this year.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, watch out for the Georgia Bulldogs.
no!
I'm telling you,
Really?
It's what I'm.
Hey, Jimmy, was that a Captain Obvious comment?
No, it wasn't.
Oregon?
He named. That's why I asked him.
See, if you would
to
have said
name
like
the top 4, and I said, look out then for the Ducks.
So if you said, all right, maybe Liberty,
No. I'm not going there.
UCF, Appalachian State,
No.
Whoever.
Boise State,
SMU.
Boise State could break it.
Hey, guys, tomorrow we're going to be joined by Kyle Vandenbosch, Tom Candiani, the color voice for the Diamondbacks, and Bobby Mack talking about this Cardinals team going into Indy for some scrimmages in a preseason game. That's all mañana. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Yeah. Look out for Oregon State.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been